get your information. Total Spoon, to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vanjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. To spoon.
Okay, folks, time check here in Liberia. It's exactly 2 minutes down 8 p.m. Today is Saturday, the third day of June 2023, and this is how I love to welcome you to this weekend's edition of Spoon Talk. My name is Diamond Slanger, and we are producing. Let me now cross over to James Good-Deflomo and Dr. Francine Chinowith Richardson. The rest of the panelists are definitely going to join later on the program. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Richardson. Good evening to you, James. How are you doing, sir?
Diamond, I'm doing well. Good day. How are you?
I'm okay. That sound we hearing, sir?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, James.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, good to know. Dr. Richardson, what's up? What's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Early hour meal. Yeah.
You eat fufu and soup today?
Nah, palava sauce.
And fufu?
No, and rice. You know, it can already still on people's stomach, so it's like to, yeah.
Okay, I'm missing some fufu and soup, some kind of domo, some kind of good soup with a lot of fancy okra, pirapo, everything in it. I'm missing.
You can make it happen. African store right by you. Just go there and get the ingredients.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I can make it happen.
All those space coming. The outdoor space that you are designing. How's the outdoor space coming?
Oh, it's good. I still need to plant some flowers in the front of the house. I didn't do my garden this year, so that's I have a pepper garden and potato green garden, but I didn't do that this year, so it's a lot of work.
When you harvest your garden, the use from your garden, you should share with me. Yeah, things can go up, things can go down.
Yeah. When I come here, I'll bring some for you.
All right.
Yeah. So good day. What's going on over there? It warm now?
Yeah.
Oh, but you dressed like looking like cool or something.
Inside, I did not go out.
Oh, okay. How is the semester going?
The semester we completed already, just doing our finals.
You passing?
Yeah, the 6 that they are passing off.
When you fail, will come your here, you see. So what happened in time? What happened in Liberia to get us up to date?
Well, a lot happened in Dr. Richardson, but as you know, it's the weekend, so a lot of activities. We've been relaxing, but I've jotted down a few of the training issues to share with you guys on the show. So I begin with when you hear the name "Power from Heaven," what comes to mind, Dr. Richardson, when you hear "Power from Heaven"?
Wow, some kind of strong strength, victory, or something strong.
Yeah. In this case, is a different scenario. So this team called Power from Heaven. The name alone is supposed to put fear in the opponents. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in the LFA third division playoff,
Mm-hmm.
Power from Heaven, a team that comes from Riverside County, were defeated 20 goals to nil. So I wonder what happened to the Power. You know,
The fear, strength, the fear, right?
yeah. So they were defeated by Discoveries FC. So the Discoveries apparently discovered that the Power from Heaven, you know, probably they weren't connected.
Supernatural. It wasn't supernatural enough.
Yeah, yeah. So they were defeated 20 nil.
What
You
did
know,
the team from again? Dama, what did the team from?
from Riverside.
Jesus.
Yeah, Power from Heaven. They came all the way from Riverside, and then the Power they didn't work in
This
Monrovia.
grace.
Yeah, so they were defeated 20-0, and according to some reports, the players were complaining that the pitch, the artificial turf, you know, they were not used to that, you know, compared to what they've been playing their previous matches on. You know, this was a complete upgrade, you know, and they were kind of. I remember growing up, we had a song, "We are not certified, the referee was cheating." Oh, if you know that story, apparently they said our team went to play another team and they were defeated massively, and they said they were not satisfied. So that's what happened to Power from Heaven. We hope this time around they will add extra power, you know, to the name, extra power from heaven. It might just help them. Wish them all.
Bad. You're bad.
Yeah. So Break and Liz said this thing: love is wicked. And we've been hearing a lot of stories concerning, you know, wickedness in love. But this one, a man, 48 years old man, was arrested by the LNP for trafficking, human trafficking. So this man, identified as Arina Dauda, attempted selling his fiancée. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, love is wicked. And he said, oh, the man tried to sell the lady, took her from Sierra Leone, brought her to Liberia under the guise that she was going to meet some of his family members here in Liberia, and had already arranged, you know, to sell her for 27,848 United States dollars. That is 5.50 million leons. So the man had already made an arrangement, you know, and brought her here to Liberia to sell. They had been in a relationship for 7 months, according to the Liberian National Police. This victim is called Asatu Passive. So 7 months relationship. She's a divorcee. She's also a mother of, I'm coming according to the LNP. She's also a mother of, I think 3 kids. Yeah, I want to get the number right. But, you know, he was arrested and he has been extradited to Sierra Leone to go and face prosecution there. So I don't know if the market in Liberia.
Dima, how did you say how old she was again?
Let me get her age. Yeah. So they have been together for 7 months. And then he decided that probably she was good for selling, which is not something we should. So he decided to bring her to Liberia to sell. So I'm trying to get her age. This is from the Liberian National Police. All right. So his girlfriend is 47 and he is 48. Yeah.
Whoa.
48. So the man brought her to Liberia to sell for 27,000 United States dollars.
It was the same. My 2-year-old grandson, he can give him trouble to even grab him, said that for the 7 I'll be able to sell.
Yeah. So he put her under the guise that they were coming here to meet some of his family members. He had already, you know, made arrangements to sell her. So he has been sent back to Sierra Leone, extradited to go and face trial. It's a good thing that, you know, this ploy was discovered. So this one is another, you know, story that I just followed from the District 6 representative, Representative Samuel Enders, where he posted a story where a man, you know, really mercilessly beat his 3-year-old son, a toddler, for peeping on his bed.
Wow.
The picture is graphic. You know, he really did beat this child. You know, he really beat the child, like, for just peeping on his bed, urinating, pee pack. You know, that thing what they use to sing so they don't behind people and put you on, you know, and just try to shame you so that you stop. And we always had the excuse that Sparrow was fooling us. This man really did beat this child. You know,
is he at the police station?
Yeah, he has been arrested according to the representative. They filed the case at the police station, and this is not just an isolated case. It's just that this one was picked up on. I remember following a story where a lady had used plastic to burn the palms
I
of
do
a
remember
girl,
that too.
another toddler, for apparently stealing meat or whatever it
I
is.
remember that.
Yeah. So people do go to the extreme, and it's something. So I hope this case is followed up to the letter. We'll be following to see. We need to at least start to punish people for abuses against children. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
something you can
unnecessary.
discipline a child. I'm for discipline, because we did receive discipline. But if you cross the line and it becomes abuse, then it's something else. All right.
He
So
must be mad that he won't be a little boy.
you check it out. You say probably PB to be or tell you like 18 or 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he probably taking out his aggression on the little boy.
Yeah, 3-year-old toddler for PB into bed. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna wrap up quickly. So this one in Switzerland.
Mhm.
So former Liberian warlord Aliyu Koshia, the Swiss appeals court has upheld his 20 years jail sentence.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
Koshia, who was convicted in 2021, filed
Mhm.
an appeal in Switzerland, and his appeal was turned down, and his 20 years, conviction has been upheld for allegedly he committed crimes during the first Liberian Civil War, and that lasted from 1989 to 1996. So Koshia, who traveled to Switzerland, he was tried under the Swiss universal jurisdiction law.
Mhm.
So, as we've been reneging and playing politics with persecuting perpetrators or alleged perpetrators of atrocities in our country, other
Mhm.
countries are taking the lead and giving victims some sort of respite as well. So, Koshia will not be coming out of jail anytime soon. His appeal has been turned down. The 20-year sentence has been upheld. So, those are just some of the stories I wanted to share with you. And to everybody else, I'll be returning to the radio on Monday morning. Yeah. I'll be on the radio Monday. So that's
Thank
that.
you. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you for your great stories.
So
Okay.
remember to become a fan of Power for Heaven. We all need to support that thing.
No, no, that other thing there, it bring no victory to us. That supernatural whipping they got. Far from heaven got supernatural whipping.
Yeah.
Good day. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You want to anything you want to add?
Oh, yes. Uh, let's begin with politics, maybe end with it or move to another part. Rescue 2, quote unquote, Unity Party second man in command, enter Grand Bassa County today like a ghost entering a ghost camp where we did not see that support. We did not see his supporters coming out. Remember, a couple of days ago, we saw Mr. Cummins and his fixer two in Grand Bassa County, and Bassa was like upside down. But today, Rescue 2 entered Bassa. We did not see any crowd. And one of the most interesting things that ever happened was Rescue 2 went to an intellectual center and you had less than 20 people listening to Rescue 2. And it got me wondering, and many people wondering, if Rescue 2 is overrated because we heard that Rescue 2 has a link with the Basel lane. The Basel lane may not just be limited to Grand Basel. He has a link with the Basel lane. By entering the main territory of the Basel lane and the intellectual center was very, very poor. Like one James Goodell Flomo is attending an intellectual interaction, and you have just few people listening to him. And some attributed it to Senator Youngbley not being in the county. And some said that is the reason, or one of the reasons why people did not show up, or we did not see that welcoming ceremony coming up to welcome Rescue 2. So I'm told he's expected to remain in the county up to tomorrow, at which time they have to attend their event that has to do with a football match or whatever. But we hope to get the latest one. And we are seeing politics play hands from different sides. Before coming on here, I saw a message from our former president. You know, there's this propaganda theory that has to do with the black and white fallacy that says, if you are not for me, Dr. Richardson, you are against us. If you are not for us, you are against us, right? So we saw a message from the former president, quote a message. Some political folks are saying it is a threat to Senator Dillon. And if we all can recall, before the naming of Fixer 2, we heard that Senator Dillon and Senator Youngbley met with both Cummings and former President Salih, where former President Salih was negotiating for Dillon to convince Youngbley in order for Youngbley to go as Fixer 2. And I'm told from that meeting, it was Senator Dillon who stood up and said to the former president, no. And there were moments that came from there where the former president said to Dillon that Boakai cannot be president of the country. Don't support Boakai. This is the man that I want you to support. Boakai can never be president while I'm alive. And Senator Dillon, the last time he appeared here, you were not here, I'm sorry.
I heard.
Okay, he promised to explain everything that happened in that meeting.
He mentioned her name too.
Yeah, he mentioned her name. That very meeting that he attended, he promised to come up with it. So we saw the black and white theory or the black and white propaganda, the black and white fallacy propaganda coming out now from Ellen, where she posted. If you read it just from the first reading,
what did it say, James? I didn't see it. Do we have? Are you gonna?
It's in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, so she posted on her Twitter account appreciating Senator Dillon, basically saying Senator Dillon should stand up, should continue on the path of his advocacy for freedom of expression and so forth. Remember, we've been here for a couple of years now since Senator Dillon became senator. The former president did not appreciate Senator Dillon, but just few days for Senator Dillon to appear on Spoon Talk to reveal to us that secret meeting. Now the former president is coming out with this type of post. So many are saying this is whether if you are not for us, you are against us. So this is just intended to just make the public believe that she's praising Senator Dillon, but deep down it's different from the post. So we hope when the senator comes on Monday, he's going to talk more about that. So that tweet was made by the former president a couple of hours ago today, after Senator Dillon promised to come and reveal to us why the former president said Boakai would not be president and why she was like forcing both Dillon and Youngbley to support Cummings. Yeah.
Wow, good day. You always on top of things. As soon as I miss a few minutes, you got it. You got it.
No, but she posted it on her page. There was this secret meeting.
Yeah, well, I'm just.
Oh, you never knew about the secret meeting?
I'm just impressed about how you always on top of it. I took a few minutes to take a nap, and when I woke up, it's like the whole world is in your hand. Like the information. Thank you for at least being on top of it and telling the Liberian people what's going on. So Liberians who want to say hello to you, welcome you to Spoon. I hope you have fufu and soup, or maybe plauso and fufu, domba, dipa, whatever you had today. I hope you enjoy it, and now you're ready to join us just to listen to information regarding our beloved country, Liberia. Today we're going to have not I miss Benu A. Croma, because I don't know if she'll tell us about herself. And she is a female presidential aspirant from Bunk County, I believe. She's gonna be in the studio today telling us her plans for Liberia. So I want to ask you, Liberians, to join me in welcoming and listening to Miss Benu A. Croma. The second guest that we have today is Kay Praise. I believe he is an artist. My understanding is Kay Praise will be in the studio as well. He'll be telling us about his music. I won't tell you what music it is. I will let Kay Praise explain his music to you. We'll be able to ask him some questions. It is my understanding that Miss Benu A. Croma is in the studio. Can we please bring her on?
No, she's not in the studio yet. Dr.
Oh,
Richardson should be making her
okay.
way a couple of minutes
Okay.
from.
I thought I got a text saying, okay. I got a text saying Madame Croma was already there. Okay,
She,
you let me know, Diamond, you there. So a little bit of Miss Croma currently works at the University of Liberia, and so we'll be having a conversation with her. Of course, girl power is very supernatural. Now, heavenly power, Diamond, or what?
oh, for heavy.
No, we're not going to see that power from heaven over here, because this woman is going to be
Yeah,
great for
our
Liberia.
team, our new
Yeah.
team was supporting.
Yes. So let me take some time as we wait for her. Is Councilor Lamy in studio?
No, Castle Lamin is not. It's not here
Okay,
as
I
well.
just saw
So,
his yeah.
but
Okay, let me take
she's
some.
making her way to the studio now. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So give
Let
her
me
a few
take.
minutes to get settled down, and then you can begin a conversation with her, Dr. Richardson.
That's good. Thank you. I'm gonna just individually welcome some of our viewers here today. Famba Chroma is also here. UJ Bo is watching from Providence, Rhode Island. Uh, yeah, Tita Dwe is also watching us. Minnie Paka is watching. Solomon King is watching us. Baker Ramsey says, I'm here. Dr. Richardson, hi, Baker. How are you? Mustafa Sano is here. James Garga is watching from Iowa. Mr. Brighter Benson is also watching us. Siaka Masale is from Tuba. Hello to all of the Liberians and passionate lovers of Liberia who are in Tuba. Hello to you. Hope you're having I don't know if it's night or day over there. Man Jenna's son, who's always here. Thank you for being here, Man Jenna's son. Uh, Rodney Williams is here from Harrisburg. Rodney, thank you for joining us. Samuel Charles Koa is from Grand Kipman County, Rowersport. Well, I don't know if it's Rowersport, but it's just at Kipman County. Uh, Rebecca Troya is here. Thank you for being here. Actually, I want to say before I forget, a happy birthday to my mother's last button, Charles Chenoweth, commonly known as Nigo. Nigo, happy birthday. Just know that we love you, okay? If you're listening to me. Joshua T. Conger, I want to say I want to say welcome. Dixon, welcome as well. Um, just cue me in, Diamond, when Miss Madame Croma is ready, please. Salmon King, thank you very much. Eric Comey, thank you for being here. Amos Harding, thank you. Watching from, it went so fast, I can see Amos, but thank you for joining us. Tipples PK Dempster, Tipples, he's always here. Thank you for committing yourself to listening to us. James Power is also here from Indonesia. Thank you. Is that it? Oh no, that was Louis Thomas from Indonesia. June's Queen, good day. He said, good day, good day. One of your people. Is she? Are you ready? Is she ready to come on, Madame Croma? Ready?
Yes, Dr. Richardson, she is. Let me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's bring in. Hello, Madame Croma.
Hi, Dr. Francine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I want to
Yeah,
welcome you.
beautiful.
Oh, so are you. I really like your hair tie.
Thank you. Thank
I wish
you.
I could tie my hair like that. Hopefully, one day I will meet you and you'll teach me how to do it.
Absolutely.
Yes. I want to welcome you to Spoon Talk. Uh, I'm glad to have you in studio today. I believe this is your first time here.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you to just share your plans, your views, your vision for Liberia. I'm just impressed every time I see someone like you, a woman who wants to contribute to Liberia. Getting into this space. So I'm really, really happy to have you here. So I'll just ask you to start. Good Day is also with me. He's going to be joining me. We're going to be alternating questions for you. So I'd like to just kind of ask you, Miss Madam Croma, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell Liberians who you are.
First and foremost, before I start, I would like to give my thanks and appreciation to Spoon TV Network. I've been watching you guys for some time now, and I really like your show. I really like your platform, the diversity. And even though sometimes the statements can be tough, but that's okay. But my name is Benu A. Kruma. I consider myself from Bon County because I was born there. My parents are from Grand Cape Mount County. So I'm a
Mhm.
Vagar with a Bon County background. Pretty much that's me. My mother is illiterate. My father has a little bit of education, but he reads and writes fluently. So I consider myself this girl from Banga born onto a farmer. A farmer. So in nutshell, that's who I am.
Mhm. So I understand that you work at the University of Liberia. Do you want to tell us a little bit more of what you do there?
Yes, first and foremost, I am a member of the largest alumni association in Liberia, and I've worked there for the entire global alumni as an executive directress. I'm going to be holding that position until June 9. I've already submitted my letter to my boss. So as of June 9, I'm no longer going to be holding that position, but it's a job that I cherish wholeheartedly, love the people that I work with, love to interact with the Global Alumni Association in the Americas, all over.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going to sort of turn the questioning over to Good Day, Good Day. You have any questions for Madam Kurma? We're going to alternate. We can't, Good Day, we can't hear you.
I was muted. So straight to business. I'm told you want to represent Liberia. You want to become president of our country, right?
Absolutely so.
Okay. Why you want to be president? Can you tell us why you want to be president and the differences you have that those who are contesting or who are expected to contest alongside you don't have or against you don't have?
Well, thank you for that question, good deal. Liberia, for the last 175-year plus, have been in existence. We have aided other African nations to gain their independence, yet we are at the back. Our gross domestic product is lacking, it's way behind. Our people are suffering. Red light is very, very dirty. The trash component is coming up like a mountain. Good day. I've seen so many. Our economic is bad. Our healthcare is bad. Our security structure is non existent. Everything is deteriorating. Good day. So somebody, Dr. Francine, somebody has to come and do the correction. So this is why I decided that Madame Croma can come in and fix some of these things. Let me tell you something, good day. You know, one thing we can do, it doesn't even require any money at all. Just go on your right lane, stay in your lane. If you're going south, go south. You're coming north, even that we cannot accomplish. Good day, that is something that we don't need a penny to correct. And that has been going on months and months and months. So those are just one of the few reasons that I would really like to take this opportunity and lead this nation, taking charge of our resources. Our resources, we are super rich. Liberia is not a poor country. I know we've heard it from so many people. But how can Bendu take charge of the resources and lean it towards the direct direction? Good day. We can do this by looking at all of our concession agreement, all, not one, but all, and see what the dots are, where we've gone wrong. How can we have all of these resources? And the road from Tiani to Gogwema, where Bear Mountain is not paid. Or you go to Nimba, where Asalamita is. Well, Nimba is paid for a little bit, or in a loophole is not. Or you go to Bunk County. We have so many rivers, Good Day and Francine. Why can we have multiple hydro systems? Good Day, we have, Dr. Francine, we have so many loopholes, tax loopholes. When the money get to us, everybody want to take a chip of it. This small thing business in Liberia, it is killing us. Everybody wants small thing. We have to cut that completely. So that would be the difference between, some of the differences between Madame Croma and the rest of the crew. I'm not going to call myself Fixer 1 or Fixer 2, or call myself Rescue 1 or Rescue 2. Good day, Dr. Francine. I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one that will come and correct all of these things. Because everybody is just playing around. The money is wasting in the country, yet 3 people earning the same, have the same job, but earning different payroll. What was the essence of a harmonization? What was the essence? When we cannot even standardize the payroll, we don't have an electronic filing system. Good day. This is so bad. You want to get a record from any of the ministries, not one, not two, but all of the ministries. They will go dig and dig and think, oh, we find it. Oh, need small thing. Maybe you will find it.
Okay. I have 2 questions, Rabbi. I want to do a follow-up to this. You've been around for some time. You've been around for some time. I'm told you worked with the university. You getting me? You getting me?
Voice is bouncing. Okay, go ahead.
I'm clear now.
Yes, you're clear now.
Okay, so before today, or before you started to think about becoming president or contesting for the presidency, what were some of those things that you were doing or that you did that will help, or that helped to change, or you tried changing the system but it did not? What were some of those steps that you took in the private sector before deciding to come out publicly to contest for the presidency?
Most of my experience have been in the public sector. When I was at the University of Liberia, I was fortunate to work as one of the conference floor officers during the 1979 OAU summit. I sat in a room with all of the leaders, all of the world leaders. I saw the yearning in their eyes to make the continent better. I interacted with those heads of state. I was encouraged that something will happen. Few years thereafter, I graduated from the University of Liberia and went to work at the executive mansion as an economist, research analyst. We did our job. We went to work on time and we left from there at 4 p.m. We got paid almost every month. I don't recall salaries being lag. During that time, I also taught at a preschool, teaching little children. The school wasn't too far from the University of Liberia. I worked there teaching, imparting knowledge. And prior to that, I worked at JFK Medical Center. There used to be something called vacation job. Just standing at the door, calling in the patients, weighing them. It felt very, very good to me. Then, thereafter, I went to the States, the United States of America, where I got my MBA. Good day, I also worked for the government there. I worked for one of the largest economies in the world, the state of California. I worked there as an auditor. I worked there as an underwriter. I worked there as a process improvement specialist. I worked there training brokers in the Ventura County. My work has taken me all over Southern California. So I've seen a underdeveloped world and I've seen a developed world. Good day, I want to blend the two, Dr. Francine. I want to blend the two and take the best out of the two. So those are some of the things I have done. Coming back to Liberia and seeing the needs of my people, I engaged some of them. I went to one of the remote villages and gave them a solar panel that they had never had before. I gave it to them just so they can see some sort of civilization. This is a town that doesn't have any light whatsoever. People probably use candles, but I was very, very happy to give them that. There are so many things that can be done. You don't have to be a millionaire to do a lot. I'm not a millionaire, but just tiny things you can do. At another instant, I took a sick lady and brought her to JFK for her to see she was malnourished, to get some needed treatment. Good day. So those are some of the things I've done. I went to Bong County, good day. Bong County, Banga, where my father was fortunate to have 200 acres of land, predominantly rubber. Hire some people to do farming over there. As we speak, I have a pineapple farm growing in Banga. And good day, another thing, Dr. Francine, the oldest English and Arabic school in Banga was falling down. Nowadays, we see Arabic schools in a whole lot now. But back then, there was just few, and that must have been the oldest. If there is any other one, I need to know. I am renovating that building right now as we speak. Mr. Flomo is renovating that building right now. So those are just a few things, and the amount being spent is so minute. We can do so much. You don't have to spend millions and millions of dollars to create a change. And some of the things I've done, I'm sponsoring a child at Smite Institute for her to get her nursing degree. Education is extremely important to me because I was fortunate to come from parents who spoke about education. Education was a necessity in our household, a necessity. So just doing that for a child is astronomical to me. And also some of the things I did, the kids that are going to take the exit exam, I bought cheap things as a number 2 pencils and share it with the entire class. I did that also to the Lutheran school seniors. I did that to the schools on Dupo Road. Good there, sometimes it's not how much you give, but the little bit you give and the impact it does.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That already continue. My last question.
I'm sorry.
Azar, should go ahead. Uh, I'm not
Go ahead.
hearing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Ask your last question. Go ahead.
All right. Uh, Madame Croma, you talk beautiful things, and those are some of the things that we want Liberians to be doing to impact our community and to help those who are in need. But the presidency is not a chess play. I'm saying that it's not a place where we just sit and get anyone to go there to represent us. That is our highest office. So let's see how Madame Croma will bring about those changes that will last forever, changes that Liberians been talking about, changes that we did not see for over 170 years. How are you going to bring about them, and how will we maintain them to have a stable country where corruption will not be at its peak?
Okay, you just brought me to my platform. And my platform is like this. Number one, to develop the infrastructure of the Republic of Liberia. Good day. It's a shame that the road from Grand Cape Mount County straight to Cape Palmas is not paved at this time. Why? Why it's not paved and we have all of these resources? We've had money flowing in. By now, the roads should have been paved. Why are there so many lack of jobs? Our students are graduating from the University of Liberia, but sometimes they can't find jobs. You will see the number of students sometimes I ride with that are telling me all we need is a job. In an administration of Benu A. Kroma, there will be 300,000 new jobs. Not 100,000, not 200,000, 300,000 in the first term. Now you're kind of wondering, people scratching their head, how will Madame Kroma be able to do this? But now let me answer this. Good day. Good day, Dr. Francine. We have the money will come from our mineral resources. I see Fagon smiling on the background. Our natural resources. We have so much natural resources in this country. Is unbelievable, but it's been siphoned to the wrong direction. We've had projects, say for example, our road fund, the road fund did not go to where it's supposed to go. So if we could close all of those loopholes and put that money into the development of our road from Grand Cape Mount County to Maryland, that would be excellent. It will even provide more than the 300,000 jobs that's on my platform.
Mhm.
Then we have the water situation. The last time in Grand Cape Mount County, our water was contaminated. Our water was contaminated. So we have to have clean drinking water for our people. It is so necessary. And also, free education. I'm just giving you my platform. Free education from K through 12. Good day. When I was at St. Martin's School in Banga, Dr. Francine, we used to have buckwheat to eat. Every day we have buckwheat, cream of wheat. Now we don't have it. And our kids are going to school hungry. We have to reintroduce that free lunch at the various schools. Okay. Then I go to affordable healthcare. Affordable healthcare. JFK that used to be number one in Africa is now number zero in Africa. I worked there. I had a surgery there. I stayed in the hospital there for 3, 4 days when Dr. Traub, one of the best in Africa, had a surgery on my left eye. I lied in that bed, feeling the pain, but that guy talking to me, Oh, Madame Croma, this pain is only going to be for a few minutes, so bear it. It was hurting, but I bear the pain. And Dr. Trapp was able to do the surgery.
Mhm.
Completion of the Roberts Field Highway. This is the most dangerous road I have ever seen. That road has to be completed. You driving on it at night is almost like a death trap. Again, the road funds should have been used to complete that road. There's absolutely no excuse. Crime prevention. Crime prevention is another part of my platform. Crime prevention is going to be community based. When the community is engaged in the crime prevention, it works better. And we're going to have all of our security apparatus involved in the crime prevention, not just the police, but everyone. Everyone is going to be involved in it. They're going to protect our young men and women. Too often we hear about, oh, the women are being raped, this and that being raped. But do you know that the men are being raped too? We can prevent that. And we can prevent all of those by going after those vigorously, punishing them. That means you have to strengthen our judicial system that they won't even send them there and they go free the following day. Because then they hop from one place to the other. And you prevent corruption by exposing the corrupt individuals. But too often we hear, oh, this person was corrupt, this person was corrupt, but they are still in the positions in which they are being corrupt. If you keep a corrupt person in a position, you are not solving the problem. Get them out, persecute them, and take everything that they took illegally from the country. They are draining our country, and that is not good. Our natural resources. We've got to have a natural resource management. Let me tell you, the other day, I was in Brewerville, and we got lost a little bit. We ended up in a place in Brewerville that mining was going on there. You don't see any sign, but mining was going on in that Brewerville. So just imagine, I stumbled across it mistakenly. How many other places that mining is now going on? So you find those kind of people, you take them to court, you persecute them to the number nonsense, and take all of those monies from them and put it right back into our economy. So our natural resources have to be managed. It's not play. Liberia is not for play. Our GDP is bad, is poor. So, and then we have to engage in manufacturing and industrialization. If you just go the subsistence way, you'll always be there. But when you start manufacturing and start industrialization, then you will increase the workforce of the nation. We talk about agriculture. I am so sad that at the University of Liberia, we do not engage fully in agriculture. And you don't even have to plant the products nowadays. You can buy the products from the producing counties like Lofa, like Bum, like Nimba, and have the university students come together and process it. In the Silicon Valley, a couple of years ago, they collected all the high school kids that were bringing it to come together and do creative things. So that Liberians are very smart. So we need to stimulate their minds. The 18 to 38 years old, you need to stimulate their minds, get them to come together, develop new creative ideas, find lasting solutions to problems. And one of the mistakes we're making, you get a problem, find a lasting solution, and then move on to the next one. But if you just go put a band-aid on it and expect for that problem to be resolved, it's not going to happen. It's not going to. So you find lasting solutions to problems. Okay. And then we talk about an administration of transparency. Anything during a Benu Kromah era, you will see it. You will read about it. You will talk about it. The media will always be welcome. The media will not be closed down. Like, no, there will be no threats. Come and close this station down, whatever. No, we need the media. Affordable housing. Some of our people are living and staying in the slums. You can imagine. You see a beautiful house, next to that beautiful house, you got several slums. And the living condition there is deplorable. So part of my platform is to upgrade all of those places. And one thing again, we have so many travelers from Cape May to Maryland and all in between. When they get ready to peep, they stop the car and go in the bushes and peep. We're going to have rest stops. A rest stop is somewhere that will be equipped with a bathroom or water to wash your hand all along the path. Maybe we'll start with every 10 miles or every 20 miles and start increasing that, because it's dangerous to just go and peep and poop all of those places. It's really bad and dangerous. So we have rest stop all along the highway. We negotiate strategic political alliance with our allies, with the wealthy countries, our people that have contact with the Western world. I will engage Madame Sally to contact some of her contacts, to bring money back to Liberia.
Also, you will work with her. You will go back to her
I will
specifically
engage her.
on your foreign policy.
That lady has experience that's undeniable. That lady has contact that we all need. That lady has resources in terms of experience. That lady has been given one of the highest honors in the world. Those kind of people, we need them. We need them solicit funds from our foreign businesses. So yes, I will have no
Madame
problem.
Croma, while we waiting for Dada Regency and Diamond to come in,
I'm here, James. I'm here,
I'm
and
coming,
I have a
Diamond.
question, and
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
coming.
a number of
I'm
questions
coming,
from Madame
Diamond.
Croma.
You are touching a part that Liberia is currently lacking, or that is now working in a very better way for Liberia, that has to do with foreign policy. So I don't know if, but I will come back so you can specifically and independently talk about your foreign policy without including any part of your platform. But let Damo come in. That will be my next question regarding your foreign policy. How you going to connect Liberia with the global village? Yeah, Damo, go ahead.
Thank you. So, Madam Croma, I've been here listening to you, and you've been saying a lot of beautiful things. But the question is, we run a popular democracy in Liberia. We've had presidential candidates being faced with the statement that you just coming, we don't know you. How are you, or how have you been campaigning to make yourself a popular candidate to unseat the 2 or 3 or 4 mainstream political parties that we have in Liberia, especially carrying towards the 2023 elections? How have you been campaigning, and how popular are you? And if so, what are you doing to make yourself even more popular to give you those votes that you need?
Timer.
Yes, ma'am.
The campaigning period has not even started yet.
Mm-hmm.
I follow the rules.
Okay.
I don't like to break rules. I see Nick talk about remove signs, and just on my way over here, there was still signs. You will not see a sign of Madame Croma anywhere. I follow the rules. This is not a popularity contest. This is a contest to make Liberia better. This is a contest to make our health care better. This is a contest to make our educational system better. This is a contest so our older folks will be taken care of. This is a contest with our sick, our blind will be taken care of. So to say you want to run a popularity contest, I'm not in a popularity thing. I'm here to make Liberia better. No, this is not a popularity contest at all for me. I prefer to make Liberia better than to be the most popular person on the planet and Liberia benefit zero, or Liberia deteriorates to number nonsense, as we say in the Liberian terminology. So, Dima, I hope I've answered your question.
Not really, Madam Croma. My question basically is, how have you been engaging would-be electorates? You must be known to be voted for. your platform must be heard. I'm not talking about open campaign, but as you're doing here now and you're letting Liberians know what you want to do for the country. How have you been going about this? You talked about being in Brazil and other places. I just want to know, because at the end of the day, you must be popular with the electors to gain their votes. That is what I want to know, man.
You are absolutely right. Spoon TV network is one of the biggest in Liberia, and that's why I am on it. I also went on ELBC, the bumper show. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I also went on it, and every now and then I talk about it on my Facebook page. But you will see more of me. You will hear more of me. The race is not to the swift, but he that endures to the end. And at the end, this chosen one will be among the top. Count me in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Dr. Richardson, can I go with my
Yes,
second?
go with your next question. Then I will come last.
Yeah, you talked about providing 300,000 jobs. And many Liberians will say this is music to our ears because we've heard this before. We've heard job creation over and over and over and over. You laid some specifics as well. But let's look at the economy. Um, and you talked about health, providing health care and all of that. But if we look at what we faced with now, the state our economy is in, what will a Bendu Croma government do to resuscitate our economy? You talked about manufacturing, all of those things, but in terms of making sure we don't have high inflation and all of those things, how are you going to do it? You talked about standardization as well. I want you to lay more emphasis, especially not just with salary standardization, but we look at vehicular standardization. You see a director in one place is driving a Range Rover, and a director in another place is driving a Renault Logan. And we want to know, how are you going to curb waste in Liberia as well?
Oh, now let me tell you something. I worked at a place before where I had car, but the car was only to be used for the purpose of the company, government purposes. So government vehicles must be used solely for government purposes. Even if to me, the drivers, we have to do from point A to point B the whole day. You put your mileage log. If you put your mileage log, we know exactly how much gas is being consumed. So that alone, if you do it, you'll cut down significantly on the waste. Number two, weekends, unless you own government business, you shouldn't be using government cars. Put that government car down. But government cars now is used as private car. That's a waste completely. And there's so many loopholes in this economy. Our officials are very, very wasteful. Not all, but some of them. Contracts will be initiated and given to government officials and their relatives. Are you kidding me? You're a government official. Technically, you're not supposed to be getting any contract from the Liberian government and using it to make astronomical money. You have to curb all of that. Any government official under the landscape of Madame Croma administration awarding contract to him or herself will be booted out completely. Booted out completely. It will be a no nonsense government. So all that's a major source of curbing the waste right there. Number one, mileage, mileage logs. Number two, use government vehicles strictly for government purposes. We don't need 100,000 Range Rover for such a poor nation. We don't need that. That money they can buy 2 to 3 vehicles. 2 to 3 vehicles. So if you cut that, that's a cut. You've cut the waste right there. You don't need to have government officials not making money and not paying for the electricity bill. They sweep it under the rug. I'm not saying all, but if you curb that, that's a whole lot of money also. And it goes on with every sector. So we need to cut those basic waste and put that back into the economy so that the students that are graduating can have more money. We can have more money for the road. We can have more money to create more jobs. Job creation, give more money to the marketeers to develop and create skill jobs. So even those that don't go to college, they have some skills. And I'm gonna reflect back to a kid. There was a kid in Margibi when I went there and were constructing my home. Said, Madame Croma, all is our mom. I didn't say Madame Croma, our mom. All I need is the machine that you use to make the block. The machine cost, the block making machine was $35, 35 United States dollar. With the 35 United States dollars, E-Man was able to use it and make so much blocks. All of the houses in that area started buying blocks from E-Man. E-Man was able to feed his family. E-Man was able to clothe his family. So those are very, very cheap things you can do that can boost the economy.
All right. Many Liberians, including those that are watching Spoon TV now, are eager to know whether or not you'll be running as an independent candidate or you'll be running on a political party ticket. If so, you care to share with us whether you'll be an independent candidate or you'll be running a party ticket. And have you already started to engage options of your running mate, or you've already selected who your running mate will be?
Well, I'm an independent aspirant, a
Okay.
female independent aspirant. I have engaged a few people regarding a running mate. It has not been selected yet, and I'm not going to rush to do it. But it's in the process. I've talked to a few people because I'm looking for somebody with integrity, somebody with honesty, somebody that's a go-getter, somebody that can move the country, somebody whose political ideas align with mine. So I don't belong to any political party. I've never been, as a matter of fact, I've never belonged to any political party. I'm an independent aspirant.
Okay. All right. So, Dr. Richardson and James, is over to you. I'll save my other questions for later once you come around again.
Thank you. You guys asked all the questions that I wanted to ask. And if you're just joining us, we have Madame Croma in studio. She's running to be president of Liberia. She has a really awesome platform speaking about healthcare, free education, building our infrastructure. She is here in studio today. So thank you for joining us. And of course, I'm going to ask her my question. Madame Croma, rape, according to some documents and research out there, is the second highest crime in Liberia. How do you
Say that
intend
again.
rape, according
Oh,
to some literature out there, is the second highest crime in Liberia? Sort of falls under the umbrella of sexual and gender-based violence, which tend to be prevalent in Liberia. How do you intend to address rape, and including which falls under the umbrella of sexual and gender-based violence?
thank you for that statement or that question. I highly appreciate. It's to my heart to see a child, either male or female, being raped. But one thing we have to strengthen, Francine, is the judicial system. Because sometimes we have good cases and you take it to court and nothing comes out of it. The person leaves from one place and go to another location. So number one, you have to educate the people. Because back then, our people then could get married very, very young and all of that. Or they would say, oh, you fine girl, come here. Look at how she bluffing you. You know you want me and you bluffing her. You have to teach them what is sexual harassment. And because a lady wears a short skirt, gave you no right to rape that woman. So that rapist, we're going to create a database, and that name will be in there permanently. So all the neighbors, all the counties, your your domicile will be known, will know that you are a rapist. So those are steps we can take to prevent that. And your name will be in the database. You'll be fingerprinted. You'll be fingerprinted. You're just not going to let them go. Or you let them go, they can go and disguise themselves. Everywhere you go, that database will be there. Oh, Joe Blow or John Doe is a rapist. Be careful. Stay away from schools. Stay 5 or 10 miles away from schools and stuff like that. So those would be steps we would take, and they will be punished. They will be taken to court, and we hope that our judicial system will be stronger enough, stronger at that time, to help us minimize these kind of crimes. So that's going to be my approach on that.
Mhm. Thank you. So I'm just going to ask you one question and give either Diamond and Good Day the opportunity to ask you questions, and then you can make your closing comment. I think we have another guest that's coming into the studio today, Kate Praise. So my second question to you is, what are your thoughts about gender parity? At least having 30% of women in the legislature, or vice versa, if one becomes less.
I love gender parity, and I hope the Liberian people will listen to that and include Madame Croma as a potential, a strong presidential candidate. Women, we give birth to men. We give birth to everybody. We feed them when they're hungry. And sometimes women, we don't eat until our kids eat. We don't rest until our kids. We are the sweet mothers. We are the sweet mothers of society. So I feel that that should even be hiked up to 50%. 30% is too low. It should be hiked up to 50%. We are needed. Too long, the society has marginalized women, and it's not just in Liberia, but all over the world. So women have to take a stance. We have to make ourselves known, and we have to dictate to the world that, hey, if a man can do it, we can do it. So gender parity is highly, highly essential. It's a necessary must.
Yes. And my last, well, I think I'm enjoying you so much, so I don't know if this is my last question, but my next question to you is about our complex Liberian society. Uh, Many sometimes have a message of this divide between indigenous people and people that of some of them say Congo background. How do you intend to bring a unified sense of love, patriotic Liberia to Liberians, as opposed to this divisiveness that some people tend to peddle?
I always tell them there is no country person that does not have a Congo relative. And there is no Congo person that does not have a country relative. Trust me, some of the country people have more Congo relative than the Congos themselves. And some of the Congo people have more country relative than this country girl sitting in front of this menu. But we have to look at it that we are all made in the image of God. We are all one person. If you poke me or poke Good Day or poke Dam or poke Dr. Francine and a green blood come up, then tell me Dr. Francine is different from Bennu, or Bennu is different from Good Day, but we are all the same. We are all made in the image of God. So that thing is a nonsense. It's nonsense to think that one group of people is superior or inferior to another. That does not work. Everybody to me is the same. We are all the same in the eyes of God. We are all in the same. Let our brain determine the difference. Let's come together as one people. Let's come together as one Liberia. Let's build Liberia as one group. But bringing all those divide, it just create a greater division in this small Liberia with just about 5 million people.
My final question to you: what are your thoughts?
Question here, Dr. Richardson.
I love it. Keep on, Dr. Richardson.
Thank you. What are your thoughts about the $30,000 for legislators in the budget? Putting $30,000 for legislators in the budget.
My fellow Liberians, the legislators, let me tell you something. That money is too much. It is too much. Let's cut it down to nothing more than 15,000. Because in addition to the 30,000, you have other perks. You have chauffeurs, you have cooks, you have cleaners, you have everything. So let's cut it down to 15,000. And to tell you the truth, even 15,000 is too much. Look at the Mount Sarah or Mount Mary in the market the whole day that cannot even make $100. How can you be in such a high position and want to make that much money in such a poor country? Let's give it back to the marketeers. Let's put more money there. Let's build up our economy. Let's build up our economy so the Mount Sarah, the Mount Kolu, the Mount Garment, they all can benefit from Liberia. Please, please, I am pleading to all of you legislatures. Cut that pay down. It is too high. Hear me. Hear me now. Hear me tomorrow. Hear me yesterday. That pay need to be cut down.
So let's take final questions from Good Day, Diamond, and then we'll have you do your closing thoughts to Liberians, and then we have to go to our next person in the studio.
Okay. My question is from where you touch, but you only talk about working with former President Salif to bring in more people. We all know globalization now is very important. It helps to bring us on an international scale, on an international level. What are your approaches or your foreign policy? What will Liberia benefit from you in terms of your foreign policy? Because the last government, we saw a little improvement in the foreign sector, but the current administration that we have, if you review the foreign policy of Liberia, we are not really up to the task. So Liberians now will want to elect a president who will not just do intergovernmental policy implementation rather, but they will want somebody who will do, that connection globally. What are your foreign policy? We really want to know. Maybe that will bring some people up to you. We need somebody who will connect us. We want to be respected once again, like yesterday.
Very good question. In life, when you make your contact, you have to utilize your contact. So in terms of solicitation, you have those contacts. And I keep on gravitating again to Madame Salif. That's one aspect, okay? This lady have international contacts. She can call Joe Biden, and the next day she's sitting in the White House with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Then I have to make connection with the entire G7 nations. I have to call my cousins in Saudi Arabia. Hey, cousin, I need you, and I need you now. I need to bring $12 billion to Liberia to build my nation. Cousin, help me do that. Elon Musk, help me do that. Bill Gates, do that. All your rich people, help me do that. All those that took, I'm not going to go there.
All go there for us.
Go there. Let woman talk all.
Yeah, won't talk all, right?
Let woman talk all.
You got to give the soft punches until you get in their skin, then you ask for more. But you have to ask everyone. The OPEC nations, you got to ask them for help. The G7 nations, you got to ask them for help. My cousins in Saudi Arabia, I got to ask them for help. No shade. We need it. I will need $12 billion to get this economy up and running. Not one, not two, 12 billion plus. We're going to need it. And we'll get it. We're not just going to have the chicken running to the rice to pick up all the green. No. It will be spent strategically. It will be spent carefully. I already have people in mind that are so honest that are willing to help me do that. And I see some of them right on their panel.
I mean, you mean Dr. Richardson is a supporter of yours?
No, I'm not saying Dr. Richardson. No. When you are a leader, you have to go across the aisle. You don't just go into one party. ANC, okay. UP, okay.
I'm coming.
PC, perhaps.
Yeah, Madame Croma, I'm sorry, but you just talk about family connection instead of policy.
She was just joking.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really looking. We are looking forward to you laying out your policy. If it is possible, you can do it. If you have not, you can also let us know.
Well, the policies are formulated as we speak. Okay. My foreign policy will be engaging all the world leaders, all of our allies, and telling them the needs of this country. What can we do? How can we collaborate? Sometimes when you collaborate, you get at a higher level. So we'll do collaboration. We'll do collaboration with each and every one of our allies, ECOWAS, the African Union, the European Union, all of that. We have to work together to build up Africa because it's not only Liberia. So my foreign policy was involved engaging in all of those people that I've named and a lot more.
All right, James. Can I come in with my question on Dr. Richardson? Yeah, Madam Croma, this issue has been politicized in Liberia. We hear it popping up during election time, and after inauguration, we see that this particular topic will then be swept under the carpet. It has got to do with the establishment of a war and economic crimes court in Liberia. And what's your stand on that one? And number two, we look at Liberia now. We have the issue of drug addiction on the increase. Before we used to see those who refer to not so affectionately as Zogos only on Broad Street and in red light. Now we see them in our communities. You talked about law enforcement going back to the communities as well. So tell me now, and tell Liberians listening to you, how do you intend? Do you have any plan on establishing of, being the lead campaigner for the establishment of a war and economics crimes court in Liberia? And then how are you going to tackle this menace of drug addiction and the proliferation of drugs in our country as well, ma'am?
There's lots of international pressure now on Liberia pertaining to the establishment of a war crime court. My stance on that is that whereas Liberia does not have enough financial resources to tackle such a massive issue, I'm going to call on the international community to take that role financially while I focus on the current Liberian economy, because we don't have enough money to establish that court ourselves. So if the international community can establish that, it will help to alleviate the raw and strengthened finances we are currently facing. Drug addiction is a major, major crisis in this country. You see, drugs, the impact of drugs on our youth, it hurts me to the core. It really, really hurts me. So what I'm thinking, will establish 5 geographic locations in Liberia, whereby these drug addicts will be taken to these locations. They will make sure that they don't take drug for the period that they stay there. They will be required to work in these places, whether it's farming, skill set, whatever, but they will stay there for at least 6 months. The government will be fully responsible to pay for them being over there. They will do planting, sowing, or whatever until they are totally clean. Once they are clean, we'll reintegrate these drug addicts back in the society with some skill, whether it's making blocks, whether it's sewing, whether it's mechanics, whether it's plastering, whether it's road improvement. But you reintroduce them into the society and let them be productive. Let them be productive. You do that in 5 geographic locations: Cape Mount, Bumi, maybe 1, Bapolu, XYZ, another 1, Lofa, XYZ, Monserrado, we had the biggest. We'll plan 1 in Monserrado and have these people go there and make sure that they are clean of drugs. follow up with them afterward. But each of them will leave those centers with a skill. And who knows, depending on the amount of money we can take from the corrupt people, they can start their own businesses. Everybody doesn't have to work for the government. They can start their own businesses, block making, carpentry, paving of roads, etc., etc. There's so many productive things these kids can make, but you have to develop these 4 centers, and each of these centers will be equipped with a doctor, a nurse, so that when these people get, and it will be fed, the first year or the first 6 months, it will be the total responsibility of the Liberian government. They will be fed, they will be clothed if possible, and all of that. So that's how I would tackle it.
Okay, Madam Croma, we want to just thank you for joining us today. I see Fadiga also just joined us, but he's joining at the end of the show. You'll be able to ask
going late.
our
Yeah, give me a
next.
chance. I can ask two questions though. If you ain't got nothing
We
though.
have our next guest in the
All
studio.
right, that's fine.
If we can just ask our next guest to just hang in there with us, is that okay? If you can just nod or give me a thumbs up, I can see you in the back. If it's okay with you, because we still can't. Okay, thank you. I'll give Fadiga the opportunity to just go ahead. But let me just ask Diamond, are you done with your questioning as well?
Yeah, I just had one last question, but I could pass that for Mr. Fadiga to ask his questions because we already pressed for time. So I
Yes.
could just allow that slide.
Yeah.
I will get her on the morning show another time. Yeah,
Thank
do your
you.
I would love that, Diamond.
Go ahead, Fadiga.
Madam Croma, I was not here, but I was listening while in the car driving, and I listened. You share a lot of good information. You work as an auditor in California, right? Did I hear that right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Madam Croma, do you believe that racism still exists in America?
Absolutely.
And do you believe that our people are still being marginalized by whatever group of people you think, whether politicians, ordinary people? Do you still believe that those marginalizations still occur in Liberia?
Especially to the women, I would
Fair
say.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
You answered a question a few minutes ago, and I know that actually that question. I just wanted to explain on it. I've been on this trip, and I'll be very blunt. A few days ago, Mr. Alexander Cummings named his running mate, and I thought it was problematic. Not that Liberia is still experiencing some of the things that we experienced when our colonial master came. I don't think those things are still prevalent. However, those individuals that did it, some of them are still around. That ideology is still around, where when you doing things the right way, they say you acting white. When you go to school, you queer or you civilized person. And this ideology came into being a couple of years ago. Now nobody want to be identified with it. And I said that was very problematic. And our people are inclined not to vote for them. And I stand by it. Do you believe that Liberia still have that problem? A problem of one group of people that have dominated a country for 150 of some more years until 1980. And then we have had almost 30 something years of indigenous rule. Some people say that is divisive. But the reality on the ground is Man Kotati, that way somewhere in Yukutan there, a lot of them, based on what we are hearing, based on what I know, because I was born and raised in Liberia, that they see that there is something wrong with someone that's supposed to be smart and culturally conscious, having a ticket that people believe is problematic. Do you see anything wrong with that ticket? That's just your personal opinion, one. And do you
My
think
quick
that there is
answer,
still a problem in Liberia?
my quick answer is no. I have
Thank
so many friends that belong to the Bromskin family. I don't know much about Alexander Collins, but we've been friends from the time we were at Race Institute, and we live
Are you mean? Did you mean
harmoniously.
Mr. Cummings, right? Not Collins. Alexander
Yeah,
Cummings.
Cummings. I mean, Mr.
Right.
Cummings. I really don't know Mr. Cummings, but as far as the Bromskin family, I know them. I have several friends in that family. And to me, I had no problem with them at all. As a matter of fact, one of the nieces spent time with me in California. When I first went to the States, I spent time at one of the brothers' house. I slept there. So there was no problem at all. But that stigma does exist in Liberia. And it's left with we, the educated one, to bridge that gap, because at the end of the day, we are all one. You always have to walk with your head up high. You know, the first school I went to, Banga Methodist school in Banga, you walk with your head up high. You felt that you were number one. Nobody made you number two. And all the schools that I went to, I kind of felt that way. So, but yes, the problem still exists, but it is left with you, the individual, to absorb it or just brush it aside. With me, I walk with my head up high. You always have to walk with your head up. I got nobody is better than anybody. I don't care what they think, what they look like, what diamonds or whatever they wear. No one. That's a sense of inferiority of that individual that is thinking that way. So let's not bring nobody should bring themselves down to that level.
What about those that are not? I mean, the fact that you're even running for president, I must commend you for that. For your preferring what you did in California, you're educated, a Liberian woman, but there are other people in Liberia that do not have the same, I would say, privilege now as you. How do they navigate that fine trend of walking with their head high when their head has been bowed for so many years? Even our children are taught not to stare at others in the face.
I tell you what, in a Vai culture, it's a femme kemumbe. There is nothing, but we are something. And if we have something, then we are. And then in a Pele country where I was born, Kuka Tono, we are all one. Kuka Tono. So if you just listen to those two voices in your head, nothing, don't let anything ever make you feel inferior or superior to anyone. We are all one.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank.
Thank you so much. That's all the question I have.
I knew
Okay.
actually I asked you to ask question for the guy.
I got more, but I want to ask. I enjoy her. I think you did well. I hope we have another time to bring us some
Absolutely.
of those good things that you have done in Liberia. And I wouldn't know yet your running mate. I don't know when you're going to be naming your running mate because you're
I'm
getting that
still
close.
searching.
Come
She's still
on,
running
the
it
other
in the heart.
people searching, you still searching it.
Yeah, let her rush and get. I got fixer one, I got fixer two.
So
I
which
got.
one is your own slogan now?
She said
Last
she
week,
chose you
your
the
last week
chosen
one.
She's
one.
the running mate in
I
the
am the
heart.
chosen
So
one.
far,
Oh,
chosen
so
two make
chosen
easy.
one and chosen two.
Yeah,
All right, we're looking for chosen two. All right, all right, all right.
It's so
I'm waiting for that.
interesting.
I look
Very
forward to that.
interesting. So, Madam Croma, please give us your closing thoughts because we have another guest in the background here that we'd like to bring on. But I want to also just thank you for educating us about your platform and who you are and the way that you want to contribute to Liberia. But please give us your closing comments.
okay. But first and foremost, I would like to thank you all very, very much for giving me the privilege to be on this huge platform. And I've seen each of you guys, it's like I know you guys. But Liberia come first to my mind. Liberia is at a stage where each and every Liberian has to build up this nation. We cannot leave it to one person. We have to pick up our trash. I had a I had a thought the other day to let all the government officials, the legislature especially, to go at red light to help pick up the trash, and I will be there with them if they can make a pledge to be there, if they can wear their boots. So let's wear our boots, our gloves, and go to red light and pick up all of the trash. Let's be the generation to make a difference. Let's be the generation so a man Sarah or man Mary or man Garmin, there at Red Light, they have hope. So let's keep this hope alive. Until that is done, it is the responsibility of each and every Liberian to lift up Liberians, lift up each other, okay? Once again, thank you so much for having me on this platform. I appreciate, I love you guys, and not much to say again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again.
All right,
Madam
thank
Croma.
you. All right.
Okay, you heard Madam Croma provide her platform for you Liberians. I encourage you to ask more questions. Check her out. She wants to be president of Liberia, and she is a woman. Okay, I'm just very proud of that aspect of her being a woman and seeking the presidency. We have our next guest in the background. His name is Kay Priest. He's gonna come. That of course he has another name, but he's commonly known as Kay Priest. He's gonna come into the studio here to let us know who he is, and he's just sung a very popular song. We'll be talking about that song. So good day. You want to bring Mr. Kay Priest in?
All right.
Hello, 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 Mr. Kida. How are you? We can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
All
How
right.
are you?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, now we're hearing you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm fine. Thank you so much for the privilege given me. I actually want to say thank you to CEO Stanton Waterspoon for this great opportunity. And I've been following your show all this time and all these years. And I must appreciate you for what you have brought and to the table. And that many people are now benefiting from your platform, including me. There are a lot of things that you have discussed that I have learned from. And so today I'm so glad to appear on this program to talk about some of the things that we know about.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. We look forward to having a very spirited conversation with you. But let's begin. Tell us about K Priest. Why K Priest? I mean, your name is George Cater, but I see you commonly go as K Priest. Um, I want you to tell us about yourself, but I also want you to recognize that I'm in the studio with Dama Slanga, Good Day, and Mr. Fariga. So we'll be taking turns just having a conversation with you. So tell us a little bit about, K Priest.
Okay, thank you. You know, by the way, I'm George Kader. I'm George Globlu Kader, and I hail from Grand Cru County. I'm a Grable by tribe. The President George, we are from the same county. Um, he's from the seaside, and I'm from the bush side. And also, I'm K Praise. The K Praise stands for King's Praise. That's the name that was given to me in my dream concerning my own music career. I'm a gospel artist, and so I got this name from my dream. I slept, and I got this name in my sleep. And the K there stands for the King. And now the person appeared to me. They said the praise you are about to do now is the King's praise, and Jesus is the King. So that K there represents Jesus. And so the praise I'm doing, that I have been doing all these years, goes to the King. So that's what the K praise stands for. And the George Kedo is my full name. And I am a gospel musician based in Nigeria. I have released many albums and several singles featuring some international artists. That's for now. That's all I can say.
Mhm. Okay, I'm actually going to give Good Day the opportunity to ask you a question, and then Fadiga is going to also ask you a question, and then I see Dama Stanga is here, so he's going to ask you a question. Good Day, your question to K Priest.
Before the question, is it necessary to just play a bit of the song he's going to be talking about?
Absolutely, because I'm not familiar. I listened to it before coming in, but go ahead. Maybe some other people will not be familiar.
Jawiago, 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 Witayao, Jawiago. Go, 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 Jawiago. Amen. Devils are crying, no. Market women are crying, no. Jawiago. We die out, we are go. Innocent people are dying, yo. The students are staying home. We are go. We die out, we are go. We are go. We are go. We are go. We die out, we are go. We are go.
Yeah, but it's okay.
There we go. There we have it. Nice song, beautiful song. So we're gonna go to Good Day. Good Day, you ask your question.
I think I'll give my turn to Diamond.
Okay, Diamond, go ahead.
Okay, Caprice, it's good to have you on. There is this concern. We heard from the Liberia Council of Churches, we heard from other pastoral groupings concerning the pulpit being used for politics. And you are a gospel musician, you're entitled to your political views as well. You can be aligned with any political party. But what's your take on you as a gospel musician releasing a political song? This song, I've been told, is going to be endorsed by the Unity Party Youth League. You know, they vying for this song to be the official campaign song as well. Politics and religion. Caprice, what's your take on that?
And so the first thing I would love to say is that, you know, we have a president who is a pastor, a president who is also a bishop, a president who is also a politician. And I think that question, I've been hearing that same argument, right? But whenever I think about that, I will ask myself, if my president, who is a politician, can now have a church and preaching the word of God, and he's a general overseer of his church, a bishop, then what more about a musician who is a songwriter, a musician who's supposed to sing for people to smile and feel good? You know, music is one of the things that takes away the stress from our and stuff. So I think the argument of a Christian or a musician or pastor entering politics, that argument is belated. Politics as a whole, it started from the Bible. The first political riot started from heaven. There was a word in heaven, if you remember that story, that God and Lucifer had a serious clash in heaven. And I'm revealing this today so that many people will know that pastors can go into politics, musicians can go into politics, bishops can also go. And God won the battle in heaven. That was a political battle because Satan wanted to unseat God. That was the whole intention. He wanted to take the throne from God. So if you watch that story, this is reality. That story is real. So that means politics started from the day of creation, from the very beginning. You understand? Now let's come to the issue of David. David was also a prophet, and God had to use David to rescue a whole nation. In fact, he had to kill Goliath to get to the throne. The same with Moses. Moses had to go to Egypt to rescue the children of Israel from Pharaoh. And he was not afraid because he had a divine mandate, you know. And so that argument of a Christian or a pastor, a musician singing political songs or seeking political seats, I think that argument is dead on arrival. We will no longer preach, we will no longer listen to that argument because biblically it is false. Politicians, musicians can become a politician, a pastor can become a politician, and there will be no issue. It is biblically proven.
Okay. I just wanted to know where is your stand on that when it comes to the pulpit, separating the pulpit from politics, but you've said they intertwined, and hence my second question to you is from your song, which political party are you supporting? Or is just an open song that the opposition can use, any opposition party for that matter, or are you aligned with a particular political party? If so, just let us know, sir. Or this song, anybody can use it once you feel like President, we should go.
Currently, as it stands, I'm not part of any political party in Liberia. I am not a full member of any party in Liberia.
Which party are you a partial member of?
But I, K-Praise, actually support a candidate in the election. From 2017 to present, I still remain with that candidate. But I'm not a full-fledged member of any party. It is just very soon we are going to be making our determination. We are going to be telling the Liberian people the party that we are going to be joining fully, so that we can have a full participation in the political process of our country also. But currently, as it stands, I'm not part of any party, but I support a candidate, and that candidate is JNB.
Okay. Thank God you made that revelation, because my follow-up question to this was, if you are aware that the Unity Party Youth League, there is already a banner out there. If you are aware that the pushing for this song of yours to become the official campaign song of the Unity Party, are you in the know of such an arrangement, sir?
Yes, the Unity Party Youth League is working with me to make this song the official campaign song for the 2023 elections. And also, we are working on something like we want to do an official launch of the song, a national launch of the song, where we can gather the people of the country, where they can gather in their numbers to give this petition to the president. Because this song, remember, this song is a petition. This song is a message that the people of Liberia has gathered, that the people of Liberia has provided. We have heard the cries, the tears, the suffering, and everything. So that message has been has been translated into a piece of song. So the message of the people is what we are going to be presenting to them through this program that is coming up from the National Youth Congress of the Unity Party and K-Praise. Yeah.
Okay, my last question, Dr. Richardson, my last question. You said the name K-Praise came through divine revelation. You were asleep and you had a dream like Jacob and the rest of those who had dreams in the Bible did. This song as well, was a divine revelation or just based on what current realities are? Did you have a divine voice telling you, K-Praise, do this song, and at the end of the day, George Ria will go, or what informed and inspired you to do the song, sir?
I think earlier I said the song actually comes with this message, right, from the Liberian people. In my own spirit, I have been troubled. And I said this on the class Reloaded. I have been troubled for 3 days about this. And I was contemplating that, this song, can I do this song? If I do this song as a gospel artist, what will people say? Will George Weah sit and will he not go after me? I was afraid. Let me just be very bold, right? But at a point, I kept hearing the voice, do this song. The people, you cannot hear the voices of the people at once. There are people in Lofa County, in Nimba, all across the country. They are crying, but their voices cannot be heard. This is where the song came from. So my spirit was troubled to translate those cries, the tears, and those things that the people are going through, to translate it into a song, so that the song can now go global, so that the whole world and the president can hear what the people are saying. So it was a divine kind of revelation as well, because I didn't plan to do the song. I did not sit down to write it. I woke up early morning and I was just troubled. 3 days, I was contemplating, thinking, how do I do this song? and I was troubled, and I called my engineer. I said, let's do this song, and so that we can get it off our head. Something is troubling me about this thing. The people of the country are suffering. They are crying. See people dying everywhere. See people, there is no food. Everything is just moving somehow in the country. So we needed to give this message out so that the world will know, and so that the president will also know what the people are going through, since their voices cannot reach him as a president. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Richardson, I
Yes.
respect for a bit.
Thank you. Fadiga, your questions to K Praise.
Sorry about that. Well, great song. It couldn't have come at a better time. I enjoyed it the first time I listened to it. I know you just talked about what inspired you, got that revelation, but do you have other songs?
Yes, I have other songs. You mean political songs, right?
Political or non-political? Just regular gospel.
Yes, I have other songs. I have over 30 gospel songs on all digital platforms across the world, Boomplay, Apple Music, and I also have some other political songs. Yeah.
Well, we need to share the political song. I will inbox you. We need those songs. Now that you're on a rescue team, we need those songs. Something. But this brings me to my main question. You're in Nigeria right now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Do you have any intention of going to Liberia to join the campaign?
Yeah, currently we have a planned trip to Liberia by July. My team and I will be entering Liberia in July officially, and we will be on the campaign trail as well. We are prepared to take.
I know the reason I called Nigeria. Do you live in Nigeria, or I know you didn't say it. Do you live in Nigeria or you live in Liberia? You just went there to record.
I actually based in Nigeria.
You sounding in Nigeria already now.
I have
Losing
been
you
here.
so small.
I have been here for 3 years now, and I'm trying to move back to Liberia to join the rescue train to see how best we can work things out to making our country a great one.
Jack, you want to go? You want me to
Yeah,
ask one
yeah.
more thing?
So when did you start singing? How old were you when you first started singing?
Thinking stuff around the 2006 when I released my first gospel song, and it was not encouraging. You know, it's like when you are just starting something and people are even mocking you, and everybody is telling you that you can't make it. You know, you don't even have the voice. And but I kept moving until we have arrived at this point where we are today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, being a Liberian artist, how do you think you're doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well from my side of music, especially coming over to Nigeria. It's a good experience, a great one. There were a lot of opportunities I've acquired in Nigeria that I'm also carrying back to Liberia. I'm going to Liberia to open a music company as well to see how best we can help to build up our own music industry, which has broken down fully, for which you cannot see any musician from Liberia rising up to the top. And so that has been one of the visions that is bringing us to Liberia, and coupled with other things. And so,
is there any one particular gospel artist that influenced you or that you enjoy listening to?
I was not really influenced by any gospel artist. I was actually made by God Himself. Yes, that's why all of the songs that come to me, I don't actually sit down to write my songs. I hear a word in my ear like this, and once I hear that word in my ear, like sharp, you will feel it. And once I hear the word, then a lot of things will start to follow. That's how my inspiration comes. It comes from the divine side of it. Yeah.
Okay. Good day. Your question?
Yeah. I don't know, Kepres, you talk about moving back to Liberia to open music company, but let's talk about your political life. We agreed musicians around the world will involve themselves into political music making where they will sing for politicians. But again, you have an audience that is not just for a specific candidate. Where do you see yourself in the coming years? Example of some of those musicians are Sonica Diebo. During the Unity Party administration, Sonica Diebo was the darling boy of Liberia, specifically with the Unity Party. He sang all of the songs. And today, Sonica is nowhere. In terms of music, we are not seeing Sonica making headways again. Sonica is just like from this party to this party, he sing for this politician, get his rating, put it in his pocket. Where do you want to see your music career with the type of path you have getting on to start creating enemies for yourself by mouthing another politician and supporting another politician, looking at the larger support that they have?
Thank you so much. Good day. One of the things I'm not going to do is to forego my career. I'm a professional musician, a full-time musician. I am not working. I'm not doing any work. I think you know what it means to be a full musician, full-time, where you're not doing any other work, but you are paying your bills and you are living by your music, pay for flights, you do everything, pay your rent. Those things, normally, they don't really happen in our country. The normal Liberian musicians would not have such platform or opportunity to sustain themselves. But by the grace of God, we were able to get to a level, to a peak, where we can even be able to bring up other people and be able to even invest in our country. So in terms of where I see myself, I still see myself as a gospel artist, and I still see myself producing those gospel songs that will heal lives, that will give breath to people, that will make sure that the lives of people are blessed. But also at the same time, we will not neglect our political responsibilities. As a human, I feel that I'm already a politician.
Okay, let me interrupt you a bit.
Yeah.
I was in Liberia during the 2017
Yeah.
elections, specifically the presidential election. You made songs for the Unity Party. Between 2017 to 2023, you are yet to make a serious breakthrough in the Liberian music sector. When I talk about making a serious breakthrough, that is for any of your songs to get air attention for more than 2 months. You are yet to make that breakthrough. And looking at you now, from 2017 to today, you have always been into political songs. Do you think this is not going to have negative impact on your music career? Looking at example, one of the godfathers of Liberian music, Sonica Diebo, who made breakthrough. I mean, he was a household name in Liberia. He succeeded in Liberian music than you are today. Sonica was everywhere in every household in Liberia when we were coming up in 2005 up to the time Ellen left office. Sonica was everywhere. He made a breakthrough, but you've been trying. You've been trying making hit songs, but you have never breakthrough like him.
Okay, thank you so much. I think you talk about 2017 to now. In 2018, I did the most popular song in Liberia called Show Up For Me. And I think you know what the song did. It was a song that actually announced gay praise across the world. It was even the song that took me to Nigeria, for which today I'm on international platforms. Sustainability is very important. That's one of the key things. If you are able to sustain your career, to sustain yourself, I think you can be able to make a break. And that is exactly what I have been able to achieve. I have been able to sustain my career all these years. I have been signed by a company. I have a distribution company. I have a publishing company. It's called Symphonics. It's an American company that signed bulk of the artists from Nigeria. You hear about all the top artists. That same company have signed me. And by the grace of God, with what I have achieved and the level I've gone, I don't think my music is no longer local. From what you just said now, my music has gone to another level, to the extent where when you check any platform in the world, you must see K-Praise. There are platforms in the world where you only find K-Praise alone. There is no Liberian artist that you can find there. Now, I'm making money from those platforms. Those are places where the local artists in Liberia will not appear easily. So when you talk about the issue of where do I see myself and then making animation, I'm no longer dealing with local market. So they like country like Nigeria, they are buying my music. They are the one that are going for K-Praise. South Africa, Germany, UK, these are places in America. So most times, most Liberian artists focus on the local side of their career. And that is why most of the musicians go down, like the Sunday guy you talk about, because they are restricted to Liberia. But for me, I run a whole company. The K-Praise Music is a music company that is operating across the world, not only Liberia. So I think we are outside the box. We have exploded outside, and so our roots are very strong. Yeah.
Good. That's very good. Diamond, do you have another question for K-Praise?
Yeah, K-Praise earlier stated that prior to hearing the divine voice that inspired him to, do the song, that presumably might be the Unity Party's campaign song once it's accepted, that he had a fear of what might be the repercussions of making such a song. Now he's talking about coming to Liberia as well. How safe do you feel? You already had the scare prior to doing the song, and now you have done the song, and you're planning on coming to Liberia to even launch the song officially. Do you feel safe now? And if so, what factors have informed your sense of safety, sir?
Yes, thank you, Damo. I think I feel more safe. We are all humans, right? So from the beginning, I had this human kind of, I was just in my own mind and thinking of different things, looking at the situations in our country where they are fighting people, they are hunting for people like that. But, when God sends you, right, when God allows you to go and he said, I'm sending you to do a particular job for me, especially with this song, the mandate behind this song is that I will go to Liberia. And so when I got the final mandate, the final decision, and God asked me to come back to Liberia to now go into the villages, the towns, the cities, the counties, and preach this message and sing this song so that our people can feel it. And then the fear left me, actually. So right now I feel more safe. And I think that the president is not bad enough that he will just, that he will allow everybody to go down the drain. No. I think the Liberian government is going to protect everyone. It is our right and it is our right to be protected under the law. And we are coming to Liberia. We believe that we are going to be there safely, and there is nothing that is going to happen to us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Fadiga, your question to K-Praise.
Yeah, K-Praise, I enjoy how you're giving it to the many. They're trying to corner you.
I will have been giving it to.
The two of you, they've been giving it to
You like
you.
to bring some kind of, you like to throw some kind of range in between things. Eh? Say the man in Nigerian. If I get to know we Liberians, we going to adapt and we can speak like anybody.
I know.
And actually,
small.
Fadiga, I hate to interrupt, but James Kude, is it okay with K-Praise for us to play another song of his just to introduce the audience?
If it's not copyrighted, I think.
The only song I have a K-Praise is
how you have other songs? Yeah, at least you can play.
Look for it. Can we look for it? I just want our audience to get familiar with his music. I mean,
I thought you had the other one that said the Pape Strong.
The Pape Strong, no, I don't have it.
Do you have it right now? You can send it quick.
Yeah, if you haven't sent it to me, I'll play.
Okay.
Send it to me through WhatsApp.
Send it to me and I will, send it.
Are there other songs other than?
Are there other gospel songs like gospel songs?
To ask you politics and gospel questions, so I'm not sure what to ask you. So, but I want to hear other songs that are non-political.
He already said.
Okay, all right. So I think one of the songs you can play is "Show Up for Me." It's on YouTube. Show Up for Me.
No, I may not play it because of copyright. As when you are signed to international label, it means you have copyright.
Yeah, that's true.
I will not play it.
Let me send you the Pape Strong now.
Yeah, so let's just do the political songs. Because
Yes, good day. You get us some, please send it to me too.
Just say you did the party man, you did the party man. Don't be telling us what we not want to hear.
Go ahead, ask your question. Sorry to interrupt.
The song now to your number.
Here, Praise. I know people. You say you have transcended Liberian music. That means you on the world stage now. Nigeria has a very big market. Yes, the Nigeria, and I think that one of the success for a lot of Nigerian, they got how more 100 million people. I mean, just the Nigerian market alone can make you a millionaire if they're viewing your streaming. I think that's one of the advantages they have over a lot of other. Besides that, they put up good content anyway. But where do you draw your inspiration from?
I draw my inspiration from the Holy Spirit. To be real to you, that's it. My inspiration comes directly from heaven, and this is reality. I most times people will ask me, "K Praise, how did you get this song?" Sometimes I will wonder. I say, "Why are you asking me?" He said, "No, because the song, either the song healed me. I was like sick, and your song healed me. This one happened, and your song did this." I was like, "Wow." So I understand that most of the songs are not just normal songs. They come from the spirit. And also the Nigerian market you talk about is the largest market now in Africa and also taking over the world gradually. So when it takes God to enter the Nigerian music industry, especially with the level that we have come. I think you see in my hands, these are some popular artists from Nigeria. You see that Message Chino is by me there. You are going to see, you see Nathaniel Bassi is there. If you know all of these artists from Nigeria, these are all top artists. This is another mixtape. I think you see here. So this is how Liberia name is moving out here. Liberia is already on the map. If you come to Nigeria now, if you check the Nigerian music market, you are going to see just one face, which is K Praise, among the Nigerian artists. So I'm just saying this to say that Liberia has already gone. We are out there already, but many people are sharing, like not focusing on gospel, especially for our country. The support is not there. Liberians are not going for gospel. And that's why our artists back home, they are struggling and suffering. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the main reasons why we are going back to Liberia. It's not just for politics alone, but also to see how best we can invest in the music industry, how to connect our artists back home so that they can also have publishing companies that can publish their songs. Because all of my songs now on the digital platform, once you play my song now, right now, you are paying money to my account. It registers to my phone immediately. The money comes to my account. So, and I control my account from here, from my phone. I watch everything, and the countries my music plays, Germany, UK, everywhere. So any song you play for me now as you speak, the money comes to me. They are going to subtract that money from your card or from your bank or wherever. So that's the level we want Liberian music to reach. And and by the grace of God, it took me a lot. I sacrificed my life. I came here, went through the storm. There was nowhere to stay. There was no house. I was in the street, and I managed to make my way. I was just trusting God, and God has done it finally for me. Yeah.
Thank you. I got 1.5 questions. Jack, please let me
Go ahead, we got time.
The music ready.
Oh, the music ready? No, let me ask a question for you because I'm music.
Okay. Let me ask a question. K Praise will answer.
Another thing you didn't say before I wanted to ask about why we're not doing well, but let me go to yourself. A lot of people don't know you. I didn't know you. Are you married? Do you have children? Tell me about your personal life yourself. Let us get to know you. Who is K Praise?
Talk
about your family. You related to
Thank you. Even though I understand there are some things that we have to keep private. But I'm not married. I am not married. That's all I can say for now. I also got kids. Yeah, I got kids also.
The Madame from Matariona together, I think.
I knew you were digging at something, James.
Damn me, I just asked a small question that could have been at you.
It's good.
But Caprice, what are we not doing? What are the artists and the musicians not doing right in Liberia? What are they not doing right?
We have good musicians. We have good artists. Liberians have talents. I'm just one out of thousands. There are the others are there who have the gifts, who can sing. But what we don't have in our country is the platform. We do not have music platforms. What I just showed you is called mixtapes. The mixtape is what the Nigerians use. So if you are a Liberian artist and you release a song, and you manage to enter this industry in Nigeria, they will take your song and put it among the Nigerian top songs of the week, top songs of the month. So now all of these things will help to publish you as an artist. And through this, a lot of people will begin to know you. So if you play all of the Nigerian songs that you see that one of my songs is here. So this is one of the things we don't have. We don't have platforms in our country. We don't have good studios. And that's why you see I'm taking a studio to Liberia. If you see my background, this is my studio. And we are carrying a lot of equipment to Liberia to see how we can work with a lot of artists to produce them. And we are also taking marketers with us that can market our musicians to add value to their music careers. And also we are taking distribution company with us and producers, So these are some of the things that we are lacking in the country. There is no platform for the musicians that they can ride on to benefit. And that is why all of the musicians in Liberia are crying and they are tired and they are suffering. And that's why if you listen to the songs, the musicians are crying. You understand me? Because one of them was chatting me, Caprice, just 1 second. Caprice, can you help us to come to Nigeria? Some of them came here to work with me. I brought some musicians from Liberia here, over 5 musicians. Some of them are even staying with me here in this house. You understand? I brought them from Liberia to stay here and nurture them and try to push them in the music industry. And so those are some of the things we have been doing. Yeah.
They have some other platform that I've seen. I know Tune Liberia, right? And then besides that, I see the guys do the how they call the thing, the thumb drive.
Oh, yeah.
How they call that thing? They put the music on. The
Thumb drive.
No, something they can do. They can
The
put
memory
the music,
card. The
memory
chip.
card. Yeah. That should be illegal. So that means the government all need to get involved because people are infringing on your intellectual property in Liberia. Do you think that one of the problem? How are the Nigerians managing curtailing that in Nigeria?
Copyright. That the issue of copyright is one of the issues. It's a strong issue even in Nigeria. But for the Nigerian cycle, they managed to control it. Once you are signed to a publishing company like me, you will already be benefiting from your songs online. So you cannot go after people who are playing your songs on the street. You will not be able to see everybody that is playing your songs, so like Liberia, since we don't have platforms or companies that sign artists, publishing companies, the songs they release there go in the thin air. So once they release their songs in Liberia, they will give it to Tunes Liberia. Now, Tunes Liberia is a free site. It's a free site. Some of my songs are there. When I was in Liberia, I used to put my songs there so that people can hear my songs. But you're not benefiting 1 cent. So what happened is you just want to be known. But currently, what the music is supposed to be like is you're supposed to produce your song. Your songs are supposed to be copyrighted. And then you're supposed to have a distribution company that sign a contract with you that takes responsibility for all of your contents that will appear online. And once that system is put in place in Liberia, trust me, then the Liberian music industry will come out. But currently, as I speak to you, all of the songs they are singing in Liberia, they are free songs. Free. That is why you see an artist will just hit like this. And after some time, they will just come down. They say, where your song you did? Now the song hit all these years. You don't have 1 cent. You don't have anything to show. And so that is the reason. The memory card you talk about is one of the issues. It is because we do not have publishing companies in Liberia that will take the rights, that will help the musicians to sign them and have rights on the songs, that they can benefit from the songs. So for that reason, the market is loose. The Liberian music market is loose, and everyone is doing their own thing. See that? Yeah.
So let's Good Day play. Can you play?
The player was soda.
Yes. And I believe this is copyright safe, right?
Yeah.
It's free.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
free.
The Babel strong and yet a family. Aye. The Babel strong. Yeah. The Babel strong. The Babel strong.
No, that's
The
what
Babel
it
strong. After all he's been through, the Babel strong. Oh, yeah. The Babel strong. Oh, yeah. Aye. The Babel strong. After all he's been through, the Babel strong. The Babel strong. Oh, yeah. The Babel strong. If anybody asks you, tell them the Babel strong. Oh, yeah. The Babel strong. Oh, yeah. The Babel strong. If anybody asks you,
You say playing slow motion. I can hear you.
That for your end.
they say you will die, you will die, you will die. But you will still live in your Babel. The Babel strong. Oh. Now be the people will follow you. I rescue number one, rescue everything. Even the justice system, oh, come and rescue. Oh. Rescue the market woman. Rescue the children, oh, mommy. Rescue the economy. The nation is bleeding. Oh. If I be strong, if I be strong, after all he's been through, if I be strong, oh, if I be strong, oh, if I be strong, after all he's been through, if I be strong, if I be strong, oh, if I be strong, if anybody asks you, tell them if I be strong, oh, listen, he say, it's so wisdom, he say, his experience, cause the old men know what the young can see. He's our father, he's your uncle, it's his destiny. Rescue Liberia, oh, rescue the motherland. Please, let's rescue our children. Everybody on board is rescue team. If I be strong, if I be strong, after all he's been through, if I be strong, oh yeah. If I be strong, oh yeah. If I be strong, after all he's been through, if I be strong, if I be strong, oh yeah. If I be strong, if anybody asks you, yeah, tell them if I be strong, oh yeah. If I be strong, oh yeah. If I be strong, if anybody asks you, tell them if I be strong. If I be strong, oh yeah. Stronger than the Bible. Hey, the Bible will come down for the Bible to take its place. Oh, Bible come down. Yeah, Bible come down. Up the Bible come down.
Okay. I'll ask my question.
Was that
Okay.
Miata formula in the back?
Yeah.
All right. So you did a collaboration with her.
Yes. I just featured her in the song. We did the song last few days ago. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Caprice, what recommendations would you give to a government about supporting musicians in Liberia, depending on who wins the election? What recommendation would you give?
Yeah, I think music is very important, especially entertainment. Imagine Brazil using football to build their country. Just Brazil alone, just football, only football. So music alone can develop a nation. Music alone, entertainment can boost an entire country. And see our president becoming a musician. He has been singing all of the songs, Mama Rita and all of the songs. And then he also goes on the pulpit to preach and also goes to the mansion to do a political work, all sort of things. So you see that we should have had a better music industry under this president. Let's be real. This is realistic. This should be discussed. We should not have the feelings. The president we have now should have actually boosted the morale of the Liberian music industry or the entertainment as a whole. So my recommendation to the new government that is about to come, Ambassador Joseph Jiman Boakai, the next president of Liberia, I would suggest to him, and in fact, he told me, he calls me every time. He told me, he said, George, I want to give a vibrant, I want us to have a vibrant music industry in Liberia. He said there are people who are already set to come to this country to invest into the entertainment industry of this country. So I need you to work along with other artists to see how best we can have a vibrant entertainment. So I think it's going to be important, and we will suggest this, and we will put it on the table that the new government that is going to unseat President George Weah is going to prioritize the musicians and is going to prioritize the industry so that we can all have a better entertainment, that the young people who are coming after us can be able to fly high.
Yeah. Do you think that laws need to be passed in order to protect your intellectual property? Would starting from the legislature be a good place to start? A president who will support maybe laws to protect musicians?
Yeah, there should be laws. We're talking about strong laws, and not just. Do you know that there are some laws already in Liberia? Mm-hmm. There is a place. Let me just reveal this right now. A lot of musicians don't know. Mm-hmm. There is a place on the Asman Street. After the UMU coming down, there's a police station there. There's a place there. If you know that school, there's a, I don't know, top one school is there right, by the UMU after the fire service. JJ Ross, by JJ Ross. The office you see by that JJ Ross, it is the office that is responsible for intellectual properties. How do I know? There was a guy who was selling my song on one of the CDs in his shop, and somebody went and bought the CD for him and called me and said, K-Praise, one of your songs is nice. Oh, I listened to it. I said, which song? Which video? He said, I bought it from one guy in Monrovia. I said, please show me the shop. Let me go and get one copy. At the time, I didn't even know that there was a law on the book that protects your song, that protects musicians. But when I got to the shop, I bought a copy of CD from this guy. And then somebody told me, they said, K-Praise, do you know that you can go somewhere and this guy can be arrested and he can pay you $25,000 US? I said, are you sure? He took me to the place. And I went to that place. And when this guy saw the CDs in my hand, they said, are you sure this is your song? I said, yes. And when they played the song, they now went for that guy and they arrested him. I'm telling you, the crime that guy committed was so huge. I would have been a rich man by this time, especially when I was in Liberia. 25,000 United States dollars. Crime. That was what that guy committed. His lawyer was on his knee begging me, K-Praise, we beg you, please. He didn't know about it too. I said, but you don't know, you should have asked me for right before putting my song on the CD. So most of the musicians, I believe, that are listening today, that there are already laws on the book that protects Liberian musicians. But bulk of the musicians don't know about it. But we also need to enforce those laws so that the musicians will be aware and that they can be able to have the chance and opportunity to benefit from their contents. So I think we need laws. We actually need to enforce those laws so that our people can also enjoy. Yeah.
Guys, do you guys have any questions, any other questions before we ask K-Praise to make his parting comments?
My man, I need some on that music. All I want.
Yeah, but K-Praise, they are last song at the papier scrum that can be music or is for the old folks when they are home to listen to melody.
Okay, the background of this song is that, you know, people have been saying that the ambassador is not well. People have been saying that he's sick. He's tired. He's not strong.
So it's not bad for campaign.
No, this song is a song that has come to dispute the argument from the Vice President, Vice President Joel Howard Taylor. Let me call her name. I listened to her clearly when she said that the ambassador is not strong, he's weak. In fact, he can die in office anytime. And so that song came actually to debunk that statement she made, saying to the public that the Vice President can die, that the ambassador can die at any time, so we should not vote him. And I'm saying in the song that Joseph Jiman Baka is strong. He's very healthy. He's strong for the work. He can take the office and he can make Liberia better. And that's why I say, if anybody asks you from today, tell them that the Papi is very strong. He is not sick. He is not sick. Even if Kef Hassan asks you, there's a guy called Kef Hassan. I always used to listen to him. He talks about the woman too much. And those people, they believe that the Papi is not strong. So this song was meant to dispute the argument, to debunk the argument that Joseph Jiman Baka is not a strong man.
Okay, thank you. That's
Father God, do you have any other questions for K Praise?
Well, I don't have no question. I just need some of those songs so I can be playing it on my own camping trail. But thank you so much. On a serious note, thank you so much for what you do. The few song, look, when I listened to that song, you were so fast. How you put that song on so fast? I knew I wanted to, that one of the last question. How did you put that thing? What did you find? Because we shared the thing here, I think a few minutes later, I think less than 24 hours, you already had it out.
Yes.
How did you do it so quick?
Which of the song?
We Are Go.
We Are Go. Even myself, this, as I said, it was a divine revelation, right? I actually shared the song with just one person, and when I shared the song, I was like, let me see if actually this song comes from, if the song has a divine connection. I actually wanted to see. I wanted to confirm that. But when I shared the song, just an hour, the song was across the whole globe. Even, I was confused.
I heard a song yesterday in the park, in Brooklyn Park. I heard the people playing the song at a barbecue. I swear to God, they were playing the song yesterday.
But what did I say? I only said,
So that's how far before.
Yeah, so in short, that means that the song is actually a revolutionary song. The song is a song that has come to redeem the nation. Listen, by the time the president is out of the seat, President George Manuel Weah, that's when you will know the value of that song. Because this song is a song that is going to liberate the whole country. This song is a song that is going to rescue the whole country. And that's why we keep saying that the song comes with a spiritual backing. Now, the question you asked concerning the song was just released in 1 hour. Imagine myself, I can't tell you how that song spread out. I can never tell you. I did not put it on. I put the song on YouTube the first night, and I deleted it from there. When I deleted the song, I was afraid, as I said from the beginning of the show. I released the song on YouTube that night. After a few minutes, I woke up. I said, no, let me delete this song. I went and deleted the song from YouTube. Then the next morning, the song was already around everywhere. So the next morning, something just spoke to me, said, be brave and do this thing. Be brave and do this thing. And I posted the song back on YouTube. Currently, the song is on YouTube, and I can never put it down because that song is the victory song.
Okay. Diamond, you have a question?
No, Dr. Richardson, I do not have a question. I was just wondering whether or not we keep Capris on the show and then take calls, because I think people want to give their views, comments, and concerns as well. Absolutely.
One last question for you, Capris, and then we'll go to the phone lines, if that's okay with you, Diamond. Yes. Is it fair to say that it is divine intervention that led you to support Vice President Boakai?
Actually, when it comes to the support for Ambassador Boakai in 2017, I actually follow his track records. I follow the things that he has been doing, his impact to the country, and those things actually convinced me. And also meeting him one-on-one, giving me some of those, visible things, and evidence of some of the impacts that he has made in Liberia. Actually, those are some of the things that actually convinced me to support him. Yeah.
Okay. So definitely didn't have anything to do with it compared to your music, because you said the songs that you usually get some kind of divine interception or intervention that allows you to put out your music?
Yeah. When it comes to the music, especially the George We Are Go song,
Okay.
that song, it's a divine song. I can admit this to you. I don't know how it happened, but I was troubled for 3 days, and I was never to myself when this thing happened. Yeah.
Good. All right, we're gonna go to the phone lines and have Liberians share their views about Madame Croma. Don't forget, she
Yeah.
was in the studio. If you heard something that she said, or you want to ask her a question, I'm sure she's listening. I want to give her feedback about something she said. Please do so. We have Kay Priest here. He's the one who sang "We Are Go" and also Papi Strong. We played those two music on our show right now. You can also ask him questions or make comments or feedback to him. So go ahead, Diamond.
Yes, so the number is to call 0777 1075 0555 1075. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you out.
My name is Silvino Debler. Let me say a big thanks to my brother Keith Priest for music. You know, I think for God, so that yes, indeed, the country needs a rescue team. Country needs someone to come and rescue Liberian people. That is spoke through Keith Priest for his music. So I pray that you should be very promote and that God gives him a long life to carry him forward. And I believe that his son will bring true divine in this country in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your call. Hello.
Yeah.
Let's hear you out. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is my name, and I join you from Bannerville. Look, let me appreciate the honorable in studio there. You know, the song is inspiring. As you admit, the song is very inspiring. I think this song is one of the best songs that will rescue the nation from this environment. So I think I may appreciate it so much for a unique song, and I know one of the Jordan 2023 or 2010 will be the next one for our country. Thank you so much for explaining me the time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for your thought. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Let's hear you out. You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Sewen, calling from EADV Community Road.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, I really appreciate my brother with a wonderful song. I love to listen to gospel song most often. And I just YouTube Rescue One. I saw the clip and I watched it to the end. And I'm very, very happy about Liberia or Liberian going that far to get your career from Nigeria, and you are going at this far. We pray that he will continue and God will make him to come back home and help his Liberian brother. But when you come back home, you got to be strong. Because when you leave another place, come here, you find it tough. Like, I get time for that thing. So we thank God for him, and it will be okay when you come home.
All right. Thank you. Thank you as well. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you live. Go ahead, please.
All right. I'm J. Thomas Coffey calling from Padans Road, 11.
Go ahead.
I'd like to appreciate the guy in the studio or who is phoning in on the platform. One good thing that I admire about this platform is two candidates or aspirants that may have been preached on this platform. The guys, I'm saying that they will do for Liberia, and I would really appreciate if one of them comes to power to see those things, because Liberia will be delivered under their watch, as they always say. We have cried. George Weah came to power, and he came under the backdrop of infrastructure development. Liberians are crying for other things. So those guys that are in studio or that are talking, Bwaga will come and focus entertainment. I believe he focused entertainment. No other Liberian will cry for another thing, only the entertainment. So we should not always be fooled by people who wanted to say
But my candidate will come and just do the thing and do the thing. Liberia needs development.
Okay.
It needs development. That guy who's in Nigeria, he said he's thinking, he's doing all of those things. We get no different song besides those two songs that you played. He talked about somebody was selling him that he's supposed to sell the person to jail or acquire 5,000. I don't know why he didn't get it.
So you have to start wrapping up now. We have other callers on the line, so you just have to wrap up your point. All right. Thank you there. Let's take this person here. Hello. Hello.
Oh, are you getting me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
I just want to God. Daniel.
Is it Kiss Daniel? Hello. Okay, we lost that caller there. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Let's hear you out. Kindly reduce the volume of your radio, then we can hear you clear without the feedback.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Honey, and I'll call you from calls.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate the musician in studio. I want to say thank you for the song that he made. We appreciate that. But I want to comment on the woman that was in studio first.
Madame Croma.
Yeah, Madame Croma.
Yeah.
One thing is that I don't know what people think. I don't know how people take it like brother B.
What do you mean?
From the black, you can't say you want to become president from Madrid.
Sir, let me just come in there. Is her right? Once she's constitutionally qualified, it's her right to run for any public office that she's qualified for. So you don't want to disrespect her ambitions like that. It's not fair. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's take this person here. 0777-771-075 055-101075. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
You live? Let's hear you out.
Yeah, this is Jawasada calling from Blowing.
Go ahead, Ja.
Yeah, I'm listening to the musician and in the studio along with you people. You see why the messing in place that bro was suffering about studio, and one musician, but the problem not there about the musician then in like bro here to sponsor the run the team, but let it to be serious because some of them when they start making money, taking the drugs attitude video, different things. So in making a lot of the Liberian musicians then today they're not going nowhere. So really I appreciate all what he has seen in the studio there. So actually when he coming he must stand strong like me because those guys then they're actually hard to deal with.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Dr. Richardson, more calls from Liberia, or I should let James take the international calls?
James, can we do at least 5 international calls?
Okay, +231 555 11 11 99 is the number you can call on WhatsApp. I'm sorry, when you call that number direct, nobody's gonna answer you. Hello?
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Your daughter said your name, Miami. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, this is Miami. My name is Victor Patagori calling from Houston.
We already know that Miami.
I'm just calling to ask K Praise to help George Weah, musical Weah, when we retire him, October, so that he can at least hire him. Thank you, brother.
All right, Miami. Look at this. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What is your name and where you calling from?
Oh, my name is Stephen Yacom, calling from the Highway 40 in Tennessee.
All right, Chief.
I listen to this show always on the highway, and I want to say a big thank you to Dr. Richardson and the rest of the panelists on today. The lady who came on first on the show, I think she got a good platform. especially on foreign policy. But I think there's some things she said it already, but
hold on.
I wouldn't say she should have said or say something, but when you have something and you get it ready, you know it's a good thing to use. Have it somewhere. Use it. Let people see it. Don't say it.
All right.
Yeah. So next to my brother there, King Prince. It's King Prince, right? KINGPRAISE.
King Prince.
It's King Prince.
Yeah, Jeff.
It's King Prince. Yeah. I watched it a few weeks ago. This video popped up on my YouTube because I usually, when I'm on the go, I usually play my YouTube, my gospel YouTube, especially. And I saw him performing to a big event. Meaning there was a lot of big Nigerian pastors there. So I clicked his name in and I saw him. To be honest, I still doubt that you are Liberian. I still doubt it.
All right.
Like you said, it takes the grace of God.
All right.
And I think that adultery should stay with you, continue to be with you to the end. Where we coming from, that crep mentality is what breaking us down. Then one of the last thing is the implementation. You said it. There was some time ago, back in the days, I used to hear alleged that was also store down one I used to buy the music for the guys that is seizing that right from the music. Give them $1,000, I think it's less than $1,000 now. And that music would not be played by even Jet,
all right,
the producer. They take that music and give it away.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
My last one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Try to cut your hair. That's the only thing I'm going for.
Oh, they know the quarter. We discussing your president. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm George. Lieutenant George calling from Minnesota.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to encourage the barricade praise to continue the good work she's doing. And for the song about JMB being so strong, I mean, you can tell that that's an inspiration because majority of your panelists, I mean, I'm not talking about Fadika, Fagon, but the people on the other side, they're always saying that the woman is that strong, he's sick. I don't know whether they have turned to God to determine whether someone is sick or they have his medical record. I think this is something that they need to stop doing because anybody will tell them too that they're looking well, but they are not there. I mean, they're looking well, anybody, but they seem to be sick. So thank you so much, Kid Praise, for that song. JMD will surely hit the nation.
All right, thank you. All right, let me get this. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Thomas William calling from Minnesota. Kid Praise, I want to tell you thank you very much for those inspirational songs. You know what? I want to add my voice to Fatiga's voice. You know, Fatiga always said this, that the wind is blowing in GND's direction. And it is about time that the ANC and the other people try to understand. I heard Kid Praise saying that he mentioned Kev Hassan and the other people who always, but he's making, I think he's not making the same, but he's forgetting. We have that Ricky saying this song also, the Pape is strong. This song also goes directly to that Ricky saying the connected title of JB, so that's going to be aware that JB is strong. So Kid Praise, you have somebody on the show there too who you should call, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
My brother Josh, I just wanted to know.
Please call your name and where you calling from.
The Grand Group you come from. Is it Galloway or from the Barobo district? I just wanted to know. So can you just answer that question, Mr. K. Praise? Because my mother is from Genoya in Galloway district.
Thank
you for the song.
Thank
you so much. Oh, Mama, not gonna give me a good day. Okay, thank you guys. Good show.
All right.
Well, that's it. Good day.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
And somebody made a comment. I want to answer them. Batawi or who, he said, I call his sister name. No, your daughter already call your name by calling your sister name, not me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, K Press, would you like to give your closing thoughts? And then,
Thank you so much, Dr. Richardson. You have been doing so well on this show. Let me appreciate you. Thank you, James Goodale Flomo. James Goodale Flomo, as he was one of my one of those promoters when K Praise, firstly, the first time I hit the chart, in Liberia, James Goodale Flomo was one of those who actually interviewed me, and he used to promote my songs on the Liberty Radio. And let me just openly appreciate him because he has been there, And also, Mr. Fadika, thank you so much. My brother Diamond, thank you for the opportunity. The caller will talk about where I come from, the Grand Crew. I'm from Newaken. Okay, Newaken is the bush part of Grand Crew. We have Tremble, that's Tremble district. Grand Crew have 2 districts. So we are from the bush part of Grand Crew, and the President George Weah is from the seaside. So, but we are all from Grand Crew. So I'm from Newaken town, Newaken city. We call it Newaken city. And also the argument of K Praise being a Nigerian, this argument has been all around the place. And many people have not believed up to present. People are still betting and on the name K Praise. In my presence, there were 2 people who bet on my name, and one of them was able to eat that money, because they were betting that K Praise is not a Liberian. And when I got on the spot, the crowd came to me and asked me, I said I'm a Liberian from Grand Crew County, and I spoke my dialect. And once I did that, the other lady was so happy and she ate the money. So I am a Liberian from Grand Crew County. I am not a Nigerian, even though my songs may sound like I'm a Nigerian, but I am not a Nigerian. I'm a Liberian. I want to say thank you, and thank you to the CEO, and thank you to everyone who have called in, the Liberian people. We say George Weah will go on October 10th. We are not going to give him 1 second, even 1 minute. He's going to be leaving the mansion, and we are going to be taking over the executive mansion very soon. Thank you so much. And lastly, sorry. On July 15th, we are going to be launching the George Weah Go song at the United Party headquarters. So if you are in Monrovia, get your green and white, because the city is going to be painted green and white as we put George Weah down from the mansion. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, K Praise. We wish you the best in your music endeavors. So thank you for joining us. Okay, guys, it's us. Let's wrap it up. What were your thoughts today, Diamond? We'll start with you, and then Good Day, and then Fadika. What were your thoughts today? We know we had 2 guests in the studio. It was an easy Saturday, relaxed Saturday. I'm happy that you guys could join us. What were your thoughts?
Well, thank you, Dr. Richardson. So I'll start with Madame Croma, who's vying for the highest office in our country, the presidential aspirant. She said a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's all about who's the most popular candidate, whether by your manifesto or just by sheer love or likeness that people have for you. People have got this mindset. Most people have got this mindset that if you're vying for the office, you should start from somewhere. Either you should start from either a representative or a superintendent or somewhere along the line to gather some political currency, they say. But again, we should also be aware that once you qualified constitutionally, you meet all of the constitutional requirements, whether or not you coming from the private sector, you can run for the office. It's left with how you sell and market yourself. We should encourage more Liberians, competent Liberians, to vie for offices. Again, once it's not a publicity stunt, once it's not a stunt, to get your name known so that you can get some job later at the end of the day. Once you genuine to the process, you're welcome to run for the office. It's your right. Now to K Praise, it's no news, not even to Liberia, but the rest of the world, that musicians, whether gospel or secular musicians, do take their side. Once it comes to politics, entertainers do take their side. Professional people do take their side. We only do see most large scale companies will not openly come up and say they're supporting a particular candidate. They do it under water or under the cover, but once again, once you think you informed well that is not going to affect your career in a negative manner, again, you entitled to your freedom of affiliation, freedom of association as well. So it's been an entertaining and educative show, I should say, more relaxed, more composed with you controlling and moderating. And I look forward to being back here on Monday and Saturday doing Spoon Talk as well.
Great. Thank you, Diamond. Good day. Your thoughts?
Yes. The first person who appeared, the presidential aspirant, I think she has more to do. Looking at the time she's coming, I overheard Diamond talking about people should stop asking people why now, what have you done? In politics is based on history. It's based on track records. You cannot get into politics and expect people not to ask you about track records. So that was the reason I asked her, and I think she made reference to some of them. In order to be a successful politician, you must. It is not something that you should choose, but it is compulsory that you should have some past history in politics or in helping to transform society. Even if it is little, you should be able to contribute to society transformation, and that will set the agenda for you. That will set the path perfect for you because you want to lead a group of people or a nation. But I think she's just starting up, and this is going to be her first time. Many people try. For example, President Weah tried many times. He lost, and finally, he's the president of Liberia. Great leaders fought, and at the end of the day, they won. I wish her the best, and she's a very brilliant woman. She's good. I love how she answered the questions, and some of the questions she had to bring it to the soft level, and then make make everyone who were following to laugh to some point. And that's a very good attribute of an individual who has a better understanding of what they want and what they are aiming to get. And with K-Praise, yeah, that is his choice. But my advice to musicians, not just K-Praise, yes, anybody can get into politics. Everyone can preach politics, but specifically music. And it is not just limited to K-Praise or Liberia. Even in Nigeria, during the last presidential election, we saw Nigerian artists getting into this political songs. And in America, we saw some musicians doing it. It's global. But I think musicians are for everyone. There are George Weah supporters who will listen to K-Praise song, who will play his music, and as soon as they play it, like here, we have nothing to do. Sometimes we come home, we just go to, we just go online and post and pull Liberian songs on. They just play on repeat because of the facility, right? And those musicians are also benefiting. So I think musicians should look at their career and place it first. Don't be like a political commentator. Today I can decide to say I'm jumping into politics, journalism, like career, but I can decide to say, okay, I want to do political journalism, like what I'm currently studying, right? I can do political journalism. I come home, I do my political analysis. I don't get nothing to tell anybody, but you as a musician, you have more to do because their way of living is I can decide to support Fadiga today, I will get money. Decide to support anyone, I will get it. Because we saw people who came. I never expected Sonaga Diabo to be the way he is today. I'm sorry to his fans, but Sonaga is not living up to the way he was. Sonaga is like, today I can get ready. I launching my representative bid. I'll call Sonaga and say, sing me a song. He will sing my song. I give him 200 or 300 or whatever. He will go to the next person. And I think that is not a life. That is not a way for a professional person or a shining star to end up in their career. So I will advise musicians such as Kobazi. I've been seeing Kobazi and one person also I should give it to is CRC. I have never seen CRC on a political song or whatever you think about. So I think place yourself in a neutral position because of your career and so forth. But again, if you choose to do it, that's your right. It is your career. You can decide to change or remain. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day. Fariga.
I mean, what are you talking about? It's their right. Musician and everyone have the right to support. It's just only in Liberia people kind of take these things from people. But if you make good music, no matter who you support, people will support you some kind of way. If the other people don't buy your music, some other people will buy your music. But I want to close on this.
How you can kill a beginner career?
I'm kidding. Nobody career. The man already in Nigeria now. You did it. The man getting Nigerian people, 100 million people there. You have 5 million, you can go up, you can come down, you're just there. 5 million. But anyway, I wanted to say something today. There was Ellen Johnson said did something very strange. And we keep telling the Liberian people that Ellen is trying to put her foot on the scale in this election again. We're looking from the beginning. I think if you guys can remember, on the show 2 days ago, Senator Dillon has told us that he was going to tell us about his discussion with Madame Salif. Fast forward on Twitter, Madame Salif, good day. Can you put on that tweet for Madame Salif for us?
When you go to church late, sometimes you're listening to the pastor.
My man, I won't listen to it again.
We passed there ever since, but let me get it. Let me log back in. I'll get it.
Anytime.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit catch me on the one. They're my adding in.
I'm coming. Let me log back to my account. Okay.
She want Dr. Richardson to win the election here, but it will not happen.
Sit down there. You just sit down right there. I will be on the ground. I will see. We'll meet on the ground.
Oh, go there. We'll celebrate.
Oh, okay.
I'll be there. We will get viral seat.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, as I was saying, why would they put it in there? Madam, look, this is look, that woman, her intimidation strategy has to stop. We need to ensure that Madam Salif do not put her foot on the scale this time around. And honestly, I respect her. I respect what she didn't do and what she did. And we want her to go quietly and peacefully. And if she think that this other election she's gonna put her foot on, my man, good day. You won't play that thing. The man you won't put it in there.
I'm coming. My computer.
I saw it. Right. I just saw it on Facebook.
My picture, my computer now responding. I'm coming. My computer.
All right. So I'm following her on Twitter actually, and she did that thing. This is intimidation. This is intimidation.
Yeah, people that think also that people can see it, so we can see what is intimidation.
Let the Liberian people see it today.
I know.
This woman here, she will not leave her alone.
So you said it's intimidation, huh?
Yes, that's intimidation. This woman, she will not leave us alone.
Say that again. Good
It's
day.
in your favor.
In whose favor?
I said it's in your favor. There.
Look at
there, my Liberian people. There. The woman after Darius Dillon say she's scared of man. You see the thing that man doing? I wish Senator Dillon the best in his political endeavor. I hope he will continue to espouse the democratic principles of freedom of expression and choices. She seemed to tell you, say, Darius Dillon, I hope you won't use that thing, but begin be careful.
Now my choice too to talk.
I feel pride and hope.
No, that is not part.
No, that one not part of it. Look, this woman cannot keep intimidating her. Honestly, for too long, Ellie had grabbed our men by the neck. Because I don't want to call the other thing. And she got her knee on our neck. Man, Ellie, if you're listening to us, you need to move your knee from on our neck. In fact, now go and laugh again. I have a special show coming on tonight again to talk on that thing. That thing have to stop. And I hope Senator Dillon can talk all. In fact, me, Senator Dillon, and myself will not face our plow. So all of you that talk we in plow again, no more plow between all. That my senior brother will face our plow, and we on good term. So all of you haters that are looking for people and trying to look for confusion, the bastard people that come back together. I thank you. That's all I got to say. So now we all laugh.
Very good. So I just want to tell Madame Croma, thank you so much for taking the courage to come in this political space as a woman. You know that there are challenges, but it seems like you are pressing on and not letting the challenges limit your potential. You made some really good comments here, but when it comes to, elections, it's about money, messaging, and mobilization. My wish is that you get all of those things in place and continue to press on. So it's good. It's always great seeing a woman, with such aspiration. I don't know what to make of K Praise. And his song seems to be good. Got to listen to it a little bit more. I sometimes I Googled his name to to see his worth. I that's how I would tell if somebody's making it big. And I would see what is your financial worth. I didn't get that didn't pop up, but he said he's doing okay in Nigeria. But that's good. But my final thought is that October 10th is a big day for Liberians, and obviously that I support Mr. Alexander Cummings. I believe he is the best person who has the stamina, the capability, the strength, the experience, and the know-how to fix and change systems. We have systems in our country that need to be revamped. And I believe Mr. Cummings, given his experience in two systems, the Liberian system and multiple systems actually, because he worked, in the United States, but then he went around the world in multiple systems, has the capability to change Liberia. Just give him a chance. Give he and Councilor Bronsky a chance. And I know that a lot of silence voters out there, and you know who I'm talking to as well. So it was a good show, guys. Thanks for joining us. We had Easy Friday. Fadiga, good day. Slanga, I will see you guys later. It's amazing. I don't feel well at all, so you can see I'm a little under the weather today. Let me go back to sleep. Okay, guys. I'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye.
Damo, are you in the back? All right. All right, folks. We're taking a break to be back on Monday. Monday, the team will be here at 8 p.m. Liberian time. You can now check the time. What will be the time from your end? And also, who calling me? And also, let me say many thanks to all of you for following us. Joma Jala, Tema ni from your mouth. Philip Bala, ya Tema ni from your mouth. And I know any of you guys, so you gotta do it cool. And before I go, let me say happy birthday to my own friend and brother, Lassana Kame. Lassana is celebrating his birthday today in Liberia, though it's the next day from my end now. But today is Lassana's birthday in Liberia. I want to say, Lassana, happy birthday to you. He works in the office of Senator Abraham Darius Dillon as one of the most resourceful individuals. So let me say happy birthday to you again, Lassana. Joma Jara, and I see you. I will decide when and how. Lead a go for me. All right, folks, see you all tomorrow. That is Monday.